Broken Tour. April 11th, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa. For tickets, go to Ticketmaster.com or HardRockTampa.com. Melissa Etheridge in concert. I'm Not Broken Tour. Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
A picture is worth 1,000 words, but a video is priceless. I'm attorney Mo DeWitt, and we have access to every single traffic camera in the state of Florida. Injured on the go, just call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys.
Are you ready for a clearer tomorrow? You know, for a limited time, the Filatowski Eye Institute is offering free LASIK consultations with one of their expert counselors. Take that first step toward better vision in 2024 by texting 1041 to 868686 to schedule your free LASIK consultation today. You know, their surgeons have performed over 65,000 LASIK procedures, and they only use the latest state-of-the-art LASIK technology. Need financing? Well, here's some good news. They offer 24-month interest-free financing to qualified patients. And here's even more good news. You can use your Flex spending account for LASIK as well. Free yourself from glasses or contacts in 2024. Simply text 1041 to 868686 today and schedule your free LASIK consultation at the Filatowski Eye Institute. Start 2024 off with a bang with crystal clear vision, courtesy of the Filatowski Eye Institute.
A new year comes with new hope, new optimism. It's time to start fresh and look ahead. At International Diamond Center, we're excited to be a part of your special moments in the new year. We've expanded our selection for 2024. Our diamond inventory has never been better. All sizes, all shapes, real, natural, precious diamonds at the best direct importer prices. And it doesn't stop there. We're showcasing all the new styles and trends in engagement rings and fashion jewelry, inspired and created by the world's premier designers. No one has more fashion-forward jewelry than IDC. Plus, our Swiss watch collection is mind-blowing, with a fabulous selection of pristine pre-owned Rolex watches. So as you look ahead and plan for a new year, remember International Diamond Center, locally owned, internationally connected, with a staff of non-commissioned experts who will guide you every step of the way. Welcome to 2024. Let IDC help you celebrate what matters most in the new year. Your love. International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Do you have information about a violent crime? Help solve crimes with your anonymous tips at crimeline.org. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your tips make a difference. Say it here. It's anonymous at crimeline.org. Paid by CSTF.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Thursday, January 4th, 2024. Lots to get to today, from inside Epstein's secret list to a huge fire burns down Tyreek Hill's mansion, and Rage Against the Machine calls it quits again. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Sabrina will be here soon. Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. C-Lane, how you doing on a Thursday?
I'm doing good, buddy. How about you?
Yeah, great. You know, the suits thought it would be a genius idea 3 days into our broadcast year to pull one member of the show away for, I don't know, an hour or so for some meeting. We got a new boss. We got a new boss at iHeart.
The new boss.
I think it's new boss, same as the old boss kind of scenario here, because I think this guy's been around for a while.
Yeah, he's been part of our team and our section of the country before.
Now, we'll see how cool he is. Hopefully that goes well, but you never know. And I
have the meeting up right now. And
do you? Are you watching the meeting?
For the longest, I was just scanning it and just seeing kind of how everybody's taking to the meeting. And because for the longest time,
are there horrified faces staring back at you right now?
Well, no, I don't have the camera on, because then they would just wonder why I look like I'm doing a lot of talking and not talking to any of them.
True, yeah.
But there's been one guy that's been just kind of sitting in his studio. Just kind of waiting for the meeting for 8 minutes now, and then our buddy Wingnut just popped in, and somebody else is there, and then the room where everybody is, there's a camera feed of that room where Sabrina is right now.
Oh, you can see her?
It's down in this corner here,
yeah,
and it's pointed at the audience, and Barb is speaking, and it's her back.
Oh, genius! Well, look, if you see, maybe that's done on purpose. If you see everybody's eyes go out of their head like cartoon characters, then you know everybody's been fired, and the jig is up. It's over for us here, and the suits have won. So just keep an eye on that if you can.
One more awkward walk through that entire room, like we've seen before.
We got that going on today, but Sabrina will be back in about an hour, hopefully, and joining us on the show here today. They decided that would be a genius thing to do, and there we go. All right, let's
also
put our ears.
Messing my day up because I have settled into this groove where there's somebody on one of the morning shows that gets the best parking spot of the building, of the entire building, in my opinion, closest from your door to door.
Right.
And they leave after their show or after they get done with whatever they have to do a little bit before I show up. And it's always there waiting for me. But now everybody's got this all-hands-on-deck meeting, and it would totally throw me off.
They make you park over in that far end of the parking lot where things are dangerous. Got to bring a knife. There's all kinds of rabid animals over there. It's wild.
Go in the front door with the peons.
Yeah, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great big wide world of ours. And we go to Wheel of Fortune. And I don't know if this has ever been done before. It's not a good thing necessarily. But there was a woman who had the entire puzzle filled out in front of her. It was just time to guess. Let's see.
There's the Y.
Oh, you know what? I got to pump this up. I need to pump up the volume a little bit on this one.
Pump up the jam.
This is one of those kind of clips. Here it goes.
Y. There's the Y.
All right, C-Lane, we're going to get the last letter here, and then I want to see if you can guess it. We go. Oh.
G.
That's it. That's it. That's the letter she was looking for. All right, there we go.
It is Congenial Company and Clever Conversation.
Congratulations!
I did it!
Yeah, you did
Big
it.
money!
You win nothing. I'm sorry. You win nothing today. But this lady, all she has to do is read it.
Would you read what's up there, please?
Congenial Company and Clever Conversation.
No.
Oh. Ooh, and the way he said no was like, no. There was no fanfare to it.
Shauna, would you read what's up there, please?
Congenial Company and Clever Conversation.
No.
No, just right to the point there. Oh, that hurts.
I think maybe Pat Sajak. Not that he's going to learn anything new, because he's out the door. One foot's out the door, I believe. Right?
Yeah.
Seacrest is taking over.
Yep, he's about to retire and move on from Wheel of Fortune.
About time the Seacrest got some opportunities.
I know, this poor guy. He's been struggling out there.
And but at least on Jeopardy, Ken Jennings feels bad. You can tell he feels bad when you get something so close, but they have to mark it wrong. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm afraid you just didn't say it in time.
And Pat Sajak just goes, no. It's like the animated gif of the rabbit just saying no. He's not even being nice about the whole thing. All right, we got a lot to get into today. C-Lane will be trying to, in his studio, duck from the big boss that is visiting iHeartRadio because he did not dress up for the occasion.
I wore flip-flops, you know.
Yeah, he's rocking flip-flops in there.
And I noticed on my way in that there was a spot of baby spit.
Oh, my God, you got baby spit on you? And oh, Jesus. We're going to get fired before the show is over today, but that's no surprise to many of you, I don't think. Meanwhile, we got one good thing going for us. Neither one of us were on the Epstein list, so there's that. Congratulations to you and me.
Is the whole list out?
They released 187 names, I think, and there's a few more left. Here's the thing. Everybody has been lying to you about this Epstein list. Everybody has been lying to you. C-Lane figured out a big part of it. A big part of it is just because somebody's on this list, it's not like Epstein had a list and it was like, these are the weirdos. These are the pedos, the pedo list. It's not like that. It's like, these are people who...
You mean he didn't just, like, hand you a girl and write your name down as she went off?
Scrawled on a piece of paper, P-E. No, it's not like that. This guy was a very rich man, and he was involved with a lot of very rich and powerful people. And the first secret is what C-Lane is saying. There's a lot of people on there that had nothing to do with anything illegal going on. And the second secret is most of these 187 names are people you've never heard of in your life.
That was my
dentists.
Thing. That was my thing. There was going to be a whole bunch of financiers or whatever you called Epstein's actual, like, business. And there's going to be a bunch of those type of people who, like Epstein, we never heard of until he got involved with the stuff.
Right, but in this case, you got, like, dentists and, librarians, all kinds of weird, just random people on this list. And also you got some other stuff because Epstein accuser Virginia Giuffre, I think she was a little, to say the very least, loose with the truth on some of the stories she told. For one of the people that was involved in this and in the names that leaked yesterday was, what's his name? The dude with in the wheelchair with the voice, the robo voice, who died.
Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking, and her story was like Stephen Hawking was participating in an orgy on Epstein's island. And I'm like, what? Not for nothing, but what can Stephen Hawking do in an orgy, right? Like, what's going to happen here where Stephen Hawking is going to be like, yes, I'm really interested in taking part in this orgy that's happening on the island. You just look at it and it doesn't pass the smell test. You go, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Bill Clinton's name was on there. And there was some stuff about, like, somebody suggested that he likes his girls very young or something. And then Trump's name was on there, but there was nothing really tied to it with Trump. It really, I'll be the one to say it, it's kind of a nothing burger. It's kind of a nothing burger. You look at this thing and it's like all this buildup, everybody waiting for it. Oh, my God, the list is going to drop. And then it's like, did we learn anything new? I don't know that we learned anything new here. I think we got the same stuff over and over and over. And we didn't learn any actual big revelations. Perhaps something else comes out of it because it was a lot of pages long and maybe there's more to read into it. But I have not been blown away so far, right? It has not blown my mind. Let's see what they're saying over on CBS.
This morning, Jeffrey Epstein back in the news more than 3 years after his death.
Court documents about the convicted sex offender have been released. CBS News' John Diaz joins us now live from the newsroom. And John, what have we learned?
Yeah, well, Chris and Mary, more documents that can actually be released, in the next few days on its way. But the ones released overnight, well, they already mentioned almost 200 people.
Yeah, who are
these are people who knew or worked with a disgraced billionaire, also accusers and potential witnesses. But this does not mean that they had any knowledge of Epstein's crimes or did anything wrong themselves. Now, the documents were
right.
released.
Should we be putting that out there more? This guy's going, well, just because they're on this list doesn't mean they necessarily did anything wrong. What have we done for the last week? Everybody was like, Epstein's pedo list is about to drop. And now all the names that are mentioned afterwards, people in their dodo heads, their potato brains can't comprehend that maybe like somebody had a meeting with this guy because he's a billionaire. And all right, see you later. And nobody's going to believe that there was anything innocent going on here just because of how the Epstein story goes. So that's where we're at on this, and I don't think we've learned much of anything. We'll see if there's anything, as I said, else that pops out of this. We got to get to, at some point here, I know you saw this yesterday. I posted a video on this, too. that judge in Las Vegas. That is wild, man. It is wild.
There are a lot of layers to why this video was insane. This judge who was commenting on an alleged battery, right? An attempted battery or alleged battery or something like that. And the defendant just did a ninja jump over over the judge's table to attack her. And then the people that were trying to defend the judge just did not seem like they've ever been in a fight ever.
This is what we need to get into here. Okay, this is the very serious thing we need to get into here. I have a theory. You see, and you've seen it through your whole life, watching People's Court and stuff, and watching Judge Judy or watching actual court cases. You got a bailiff, right? The bailiff's the guy in there. He's the security guy. My theory is these bailiffs spend their entire careers doing nothing, standing there. And when something finally happens in the courtroom, the bailiff in this courtroom was the most useless piece of junk I've ever seen in my life. He had no idea what...
I carry a firearm, but haven't loaded the damn thing in months.
This guy he was worse than Target security. He had no idea what to do to defend this judge from this man who leaped at her. Okay, if you missed this, wait until you hear this. You should watch it. Check it out on YouTube or twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie, and I'll also put it up on See It Now. But we're going to get into just how useless some of these bailiffs are in these courtrooms. I hope there's some good ones out there, but we'll dive into this one. That's coming up next on The News Junkie.
Real Radio is The Jim Colbert Show.
On the next Jim Colbert Show, your chance to see the Orlando Magic take on the Atlanta Hawks in a suite at the Kia Center. Later today on the Jim Colbert Show.
The Jim Colbert Show. Today at 3 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Still have traffic being affected in Orlando from an earlier car fire on I-4 westbound before Orange Blossoms Trail. 2 right lanes are still blocked on I-4, as well as the left lane of the off-ramp, causing some major slowdowns there. And also working a crash with some blockage at Bumby Avenue South, north of Lake Margaret Drive at Rayford Road. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. At Mattress Firm's once-a-year sale and clearance, you can save up to 60% on select mattresses. Plus, score a free adjustable base on qualifying purchases. Here's to better sleep in 2024. The right mattress matters, and Mattress Firm will find yours.
Folks, every once in a while you find a really great company, a company you want to tell people about, a company you want to support, a company that's locally owned and operated, family owned and operated, all of those things. They are rare. But there's companies out there like Mills Air that are ready to help you out, ready to be fair, ready to be honest with you, not take advantage of you because maybe, like me, you don't know exactly how your air conditioner works or how to fix it. But they do. The experts at Mills Air are the best. They know how to fix any kind of AC out there. It doesn't matter what brand you got. But they are a Carrier factory authorized dealer. What does that mean for you? That means they can get you up to $1,275 in rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. Why would you pay more than you have to? You can go through Mills Air and get those rebates. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Give them a phone call. Here it is, 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
Hosted by true crime author and killer storyteller Mary Kay McBrayer, the new podcast, The Greatest True Crime Stories Ever Told, delivers riveting narratives about killers, scammers, journalists, and Avengers. Drawing from years of research, this podcast redefines true crime, breaking free from stereotypes.
She provided investigators in Mountain City, Tennessee, with exactly the evidence they needed to take 4 murderers to court.
Listen to The Greatest True Crime Stories Ever Told on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
My best dad tip, okay, one time our power went out and we couldn't watch TV or play video games or whatever, but we still had the best time pulling out flashlights and building a fort in their room, telling stories. So last week, I just turned off the main breaker and yelled, "Power's out!" I mean, why wait for a storm? Just make the fun part happen yourself. I mean, you can do it tonight.
Dads, try this idea, or try something else. Just choose to be a father first today.
To avoid digital threats, turn on NordVPN. It's trusted by millions of users. Just visit NordVPN.com. One of the fastest VPNs on Earth will block web trackers, malicious websites, and malware-ridden downloads. It will also encrypt your internet traffic while maintaining a smooth connection. So improve your digital privacy and protection against hackers with one simple click. Get the special deal at NordVPN.com and enjoy safer internet daily. NordVPN. Cybersecurity built for every day.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Hard Rock Bet presents Legal in Florida.
You can bet the game on Hard Rock Bet. No more betting inside your head. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Legal in Florida. It's safe, it's legal. We'll repeat that it is legal. Top rated sportsbook and it's the only one that's legal.
Get a no-regret first bet up to $100 when you sign up now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and over and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
You made it through the holidays. Now it's time to figure out if that constant sniffle is a cold or allergies. Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help. I know, you're busy. Who has time to get an allergy test and go in for weekly allergy shots? At Aspire, we make it easy by providing same-day results and a treatment plan tailored just for you. Forget the over-the-counter meds. Aspire has solutions that actually work, so you can say goodbye to allergies for good. Go to AspireAllergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
It's game day at Jim's house, and the spread is impressive. Mike's already done some damage with the hot wings, and now he's dropping back and going deep for another slice of pizza. I sure hope he brought the Pepto. Mike knows the Pepto-Bismol provides fast 5-symptom relief from unexpected stomach upsets. He's no rookie. The way he's throwing back those nachos, he's the GOAT.
Be ready for game day with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to manufacture and install your windows. Every single New South window is custom manufactured just for your home. Now you can buy 2 windows and get the third absolutely free.
Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS or visit newsouthwindow.com.
I'm Sarah Kustok, NBA analyst for the Brooklyn Nets, and my podcast, NBA Pulse with Sarah Kustok, is back.
The Denver Nuggets can finally call themselves NBA champions.
Every Monday and Friday, I'll be joined by a top NBA writer to discuss the biggest stories in the league. And we'll do it in about 15 minutes, so you can stay up to date and keep it moving. Check out NBA Pulse with Sarah Kustok on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Radio.
3 best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture.
It's unbelievable.
Well, with good reason. There's so much to unpack.
Oh my God. It's like in this 2 minutes of this video, there is a million things to dissect and take apart. And my biggest concern is this, because this happens in a courtroom in Las Vegas. My biggest concern is what the hell is going on with the bailiff? The bailiff has one job, right? The bailiff's job, I looked this up during the break, right? What is a bailiff's job? I'm going to believe Google. It says a bailiff is an officer of the courtroom, and the role is an important one. He or she provides security for all parties, including judges, plaintiffs, defendants, and juries. It's the job of the bailiff to impose all courtroom policies, keep disturbances to a minimum, and execute the judge's orders. That's a bailiff's job. Now, in this case, the guy who was being sentenced or was about to be sentenced in this Las Vegas courtroom by the judge, who was Mary Kay Holthus, and he's about to be sentenced. He's a violent criminal. It's his third violent felony here, and he just full speed comes running, and it looks like a wrestling video or something. Like the guy just dives right for the judge on the bench.
I mean, somebody's got to have a name for that move because it was impressive.
He's flying like he's like the flying Hawaiian, you know. That if there's a move, it says something like that, and he is hauling ass, this guy, and he jumps over to where the judge is and attacks the judge in the middle of the sentencing. And then there's like a couple hapless fools around the judge, one of them being the bailiff, I believe, and they're kind of spaghetti arm punching this guy like, oh, get off, please. And it's like, nobody knows what to do. It's so weird. Here it goes.
In accordance with the laws of
the judge. Here he comes. Look at that. That's just incredible. I mean, this is up on See It Now because it's a visual.
It almost looks like there was some sort of stepladder or ramp for him to get leverage to clear the bench.
This is up on See It Now on the newsjunkie.com, so you can see that part of it. But it's like Sealand says, you know when you're on the basketball court and they put the little trampoline in front of the hoop so you can hit it and try to slam dunk?
Yeah.
It's like there was one of those in the courtroom, and he hit it and then flew at the judge. Boom! He's got the judge. Everything's flying everywhere.
The American flag.
There's the bailiff. Bailiff has zero control over this.
All right, now pause. Now, what we're about to see here is my favorite part when I was watching this the first time. This white guy off to the right side of the video.
He looks a little bit like, who is the guy in Kenosha, Wisconsin?
Rittenhouse.
Kyle Rittenhouse.
Kyle Rittenhouse guy who's not armed like Kyle Rittenhouse was. And he's going to start punching the defendant over and over again in an attempt to help the bailiff, who I think, is still working on this, not doing the best job. He's going to start punching, and he's got this, like, overhand punch, almost like he's hitting him with a ghost axe.
You know what his punch is like, C-Lane? His punch is like, if you have these dreams, I have recurring dreams like this, where you get in a fight and you go to punch somebody and you swing as hard as you can, but it never really like impacts with their face.
Yeah,
it never has any
you
power.
Just knock on them like they're a front door.
Yeah, like the person is not even reacting to the fact that you're punching them. That's what this guy does. The judge is on the ground. This man who looks rather large, this guy, Diobra Delone Redden is his name. I've never heard of Diobra as a first name, but here we go. And he's on the ground with the judge, kicking the judge's ass. 3 guys now. He's just punching. Hammer hand. Some lady screaming what sounds like Oprah over and over and over again, and maybe she's saying Diobra, and that's the like defend.
Yeah, maybe it's his mom,
or it could be his mom or the attorney or something. But nobody is getting this guy off of the judge. You have one job as a bailiff. And my theory is that these guys sit in court so long with nothing going on. You might have your whole career go by, and you're like, this is a great gig. I sit here, the judge does the judgy things, I do the bailiffy things, and next thing you know, we're out and on our way. And the work just keeps coming in because it's court, baby. That's how it goes. That's fantastic. Until all of a sudden something does happen. You're like, I haven't been in training in a very long time. What am I supposed to do? They are not helping out at all. 3 guys on him.
Get off her. Oh, man. You're good. Stop. Hey.
Radio somebody? Yeah, now somebody has to go, can we radio somebody? We need reinforcements in here. Does anybody know how we can solve this problem? Oh, God, what a disaster.
Other bailiffs are just like rushing into the elevators right now.
Yeah. Just send in the B crew because this is not working out. Nobody knows what they're doing. And somehow, some way, I mean, it's a damn miracle. The judge was not hurt.
Okay.
I don't know how that happened, but this is the miracle of the moment, that the judge was not hurt in this. And BDMX Comics, a good point. The guy who attacked has fought before. Yeah, he's acted up in courtrooms before. So, like, they had a little bit of a warning on this. And it's just, everybody who's a bailiff, maybe just like, they make us do these little internet classes each year to relearn the FCC rules. Maybe they need to do that with bailiff stuff, right? Guy comes flying, what I call flying Hawaiian style.
Flying Hawaiian, yeah.
Flying Hawaiian at the judge. Here's what you do. I'm not saying they should have pulled out a gun if he has one and shoot the guy, but like there needs to be a better way to subdue him. You can't tase him. You could have tased this and stopped it in 5 seconds, or you could have peppers. There could have been something that was done. This went on for far too long.
I would vote taser over pepper spray just because of the close quarters of everybody else.
You're going to get everybody in that courtroom if you hit some pepper spray in there. That's going to be even bigger a nightmare. So there you go. Tell us what you think. And do we have a problem with bailiffs in this country? I say maybe we do. And if you're a bailiff, I'd love to hear from you. Like, what are you supposed to do? Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. Let's see what we got coming in today. You see, this is how you join us on the show, and it's super easy to do. Just like this one. Here's Synth Solution with a dispatch for us.
Happy, I don't even know what day it is anymore because of the holidays, junkies.
Dang!
My question about this whole thing with the judge and the guy jumping over the table to get her, why wasn't he in restraints? I mean, this was his third violent felony. Shouldn't he have been in some kind of handcuffs or something so he didn't do something like that?
I don't know if you would say that this person has had 2 violent felonies before and this is his third, so let's put him in shackles in the courtroom. I don't think that they would necessarily do that. But if the person has acted out violently or like tried to do something in a courtroom before, then I would expect that they would have a different protocol for handling that individual. In this case, nobody was restraining him. He was able to run from the desk he was at all the way to where the judge was and flying tackle her. And then he was able to just unleash whatever he was doing on her for, I don't know, this doesn't sound like a lot, but maybe 60, 90 seconds before anybody could get the guy off of her. And he looked like a big dude. It's pretty crazy. Okay, let's go over here. Here is Eat Sith with a dispatch.
What up, junkies? I spent almost 20 years in law enforcement, and Sean's comment about corrections officers and court deputies being unprepared for a fight is pretty true, but even scarier, I ran into a vast majority, more often than not, cops not prepared to fight that were working the road, that were working the streets, responding to calls, just ill-prepared physically, ill-prepared for combat, ill-prepared for hand-to-hand fights. It was just embarrassing and scary. You know, I spent most of my career as a canine handler, so I really didn't need backup. But I tell you what, if I did need it, there wasn't a whole lot out there.
Yeah, I hear you. It seems like, look, here's the thing with cops, and I've had my problems with cops over the years, as if you listen to this show, you may know. But the thing is, most of them do their job and are decent people. Tons of cops listen to the show, and you're fine, and that's good. But there's some people like this that are either out of practice on one extreme, like totally out of practice, and they don't know how to react when something does happen, or they even get scared, like that pathetic guy who sat outside Stoneman Douglas when the school shooting was going on, and he's like, I don't know where the bullets are coming from, and didn't do anything to stop it, even though he had a gun as he heard all these kids getting shot. You got like that side of it, that radical side of it, or you have the side where they're like ready at the drop of a hat to go from zero to violent and just like hit somebody or, you know, overdo it with the response. And I like the cops who are, doing what they're supposed to do right there in the middle. I don't count Orange County SWAT amongst those folks, as you might know, but the other ones that are good, I'm all for you. In this case, this bailiff, I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'm sure he tried his best, but his best did not rise to the moment that he was facing here.
Well, at least the judge is fine. I mean, I don't know if that means that...
I'm surprised. Are you?
Yeah. I'm surprised that the judge can get out unscathed just from being back there. It was a very tight area to be in. They've got flags falling everywhere. There's probably stuff falling everywhere. Mm-hmm. And then you're just kind of in close quarters with people that are trying to jump over each other to restrain one dude. You'd think that there would be some innocent bystanders, not dead, but injured.
Yeah, nobody got, she didn't get injured, actually she probably got injured, but she wasn't injured in any severe way where...
One of the articles called it a bloody brawl, and I was like, I don't want to see any blood. But...
No. Again, I'm surprised that I didn't. I thought there probably would be.
Maybe there were some aftermath pictures we haven't looked at. We're just really judging by the video.
Yeah, Flats Fisherman on YouTube says, it's a dude named Diobra. Yes, a new name for me. Sometimes it seems like they spin a wheel and whatever it lands on, bam, that's the name you're given for life. We want to hear from you. What do you think about this? Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, we got to get into what happened at the South Florida mansion of Tyreek Hill. He's at work trying to do his NFL thing with the Dolphins. And word gets to him, hey, your mansion's on fire. Might want to get back there. And now they're trying to put the pieces together. What the hell happened here? We're going to start doing that and figure out what started this fire. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
We may have lost our blue check, but we're still here doing whatever it is you do on Twitter. At Real Radio 1041 on Twitter is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hi, everybody. Good Thursday to you. Jamie King, Fox 35 Storm Center. Central Florida weather on this Thursday. Gradual clearing after some overnight rain. Skies will part. Sun shall shine as we go deeper into the late morning and early afternoon. Low to mid-60s for highs today with a north breeze at 10. Mostly clear, chilly tonight. Mid-upper 40s. North breeze 5 to 10. On our Friday, 73, mostly sunny. And on Saturday, some stormier skies. Highs of 76, rain chance 70%. For Fox 35, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King. Take care.
This report is sponsored by Mecum Auctions. Mecum Kissimmee 2024 continues through Sunday, January 14th at Osceola Heritage Park with 4,000 collector cars for auction, food, exhibitors, live entertainment, and the Dodge Thrill Ride. Your Mecum experience begins at Mecum.com. That's Mecum.com.
Attention, our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's MUSIC to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. Text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Guys, here in Central Florida, it is so important your air conditioner works perfectly every time. That's why I suggest a call to our friends at Mills Air. In business since 1992, that's 30 years of experience in keeping Central Florida nice and cool. And their techs are awesome. They can service any brand out there. Don't worry about what kind of AC you have. And Mills Air is a Carrier factory authorized dealer, which means up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call today and schedule your appointment. 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
Maybe you've heard about semaglutide, the new FDA-approved drug helping people lose weight like crazy without strict dieting. But here's what you might not know. Red Mountain Weight Loss has full-strength semaglutide in their newest medication called Revelex. It's specially formulated to give you full-strength semaglutide without side effects. So with Revelex, you'll lose up to 15 pounds a month without stomach pain or nausea. And it's not a shot. It's a tablet. So you can skip the weekly trips to the doctor's office. But here's the best part. Revelex costs about half of what you'll pay for other semaglutide medications. That's right. I said half the price. So why go anywhere else? At Red Mountain, you get no shots, no side effects, just results. And for half the price, trust the leader in medical weight loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has helped millions of people lose weight safely, and they can help you too. Just go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
In this week's Marketers Report, Raja Rajamanar, Chief Marketing and Communications Officer of MasterCard, talks about measurement.
Measuring Sonic and Sonic branding and Sonic initiatives across the board, the principles of measurement are the same, but the parameters that you measure are different. We measured, and what we find is our investment is paying for itself in oodles. We have been partnering with iHeart across multiple platforms, both for brand enhancement as well as for performance marketing. I think the cut-through of the message and the recall of the brand are much higher. Also, it has been very beneficial for us to integrate some of our campaigns into the native content of iHeart. It has been a very nice partnership, and it continues to be very strong into the future.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you right now, like 70s Rock Ride, a commercial-free station featuring the best in 70s rock. Just search 70s Rock Ride and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in an accident and would like to know the value of your case, go to forthepeople.com to see cases just like yours. You see, all lawyers are not the same. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This Earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Real, no rule, no radio,
The kind of crew who types the word functioning in bold, italic, and underline.
iHeartRadio meeting right now. Anything shocking going on? Anybody look like people are getting fired or bad news is being delivered?
They're all just staring at the camera or
That could be bad.
at the stage where the camera is placed to look at them for whatever reason.
Yeah, well, there's a new boss in town, I guess. You know, somebody from iHeart who's taken over, and they were listening to the show, I guess, the other day, and listened to like an hour of the show, and didn't complain, so that's good. I guess they're okay with us.
I thought that was a bigger boss.
Yeah, it was. I think. I don't know what's going on with this company, but they're putting ears on this show. Hopefully, it's for good reason, not bad reason. But right now, there's a meeting going on, and Celine's peering into it. Sabrina has to attend the meeting, and that's why she's not with us right now. She'll probably be with us in like 20 minutes or so, and we'll figure out what went down.
But
the meeting will
happening.
be over in 10.
Yeah. But that's what I said. Please, if in the middle of this segment, if that meeting wraps up, you think she's running in there and going to the studio and going to finish up? Nah. She's going to take a little break, stroll around the building, go outside for a little bit. She's going to do all of those things. Are you, C-Lane, doing dry January here?
I am not.
Oh, man. You've done it before, I think, right? You've done the dry January thing?
We did it last year. And then we, at the end of dry January, we kind of shaved off a couple days at the end there because we were bored. And then, like days later, Ashley got pregnant. So she kind of screwed herself on drinking for the year.
God, seriously, for the entirety of the year. That's a tough one. She had a dry 2023. The whole damn thing.
The majority of it, yes.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people at the beginning of the year that do this thing, and because we're into the new year here with 2024, there's folks who are ringing in the new year sober and going for dry January. I'm sure some of you are involved in this. If you are, tell us how it's going so far. Send us a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. I feel for you. I said, hell no, I'm not doing this right now. Maybe sometime I'll do this. But I am on day 10 or 11 of not smoking, so I am not going to toss something else into the ring to make things even more complicated for myself.
How's that going? You snacking a lot?
Oh, my God, man. There's good and bad that are coming out of this. Like, I'm pretty much over it because what I am is, I don't know if you've noticed this, C-Lane, I'm a man of habits, right? So I've
Correct.
got my... I got my routines, and once something is in my routine, it is very hard to get out of it. And so once I get past the idea that I do this, before the show I do this, once I make the new routine and get it locked in like I have it now, basically, I'm fine. It's good to go. But man, am I hungry. I feel like I just stopped Ozempic. I'm looking around the pantry. I'm like looking behind things and under things. I got like different things that I haven't, snacks they look like for little kids, according to Moses DeWitt, our attorney friend who went in my pantry. I am trying to eat everything out there.
Well, I'm in the situation where I was trying to do low carbs again. But the one of the biggest hurdles is I got to constantly have something that fits the diet that I can snack on, which I don't often. It's not always available here. Like they have the new little like do-it-yourself market downstairs, and that has like a couple things that would fit the diet. Like,
I hear you could just walk in there, get what you want, and walk out at that market.
That's what the people do with the one upstairs.
Yeah. Oh, the one downstairs is a little more secure than the iHeartRadio one upstairs?
It's hard to tell, but yeah, I mean, strangers can't walk in there, so there's that thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have like, there's some jerky that kind of fits the bill, or some pork rinds, or maybe like a protein bar. And before, when I was doing, I almost said when I was doing COVID, when I was doing keto.
Please don't do COVID. We can't do that again.
That COVID weight loss. When I first was doing keto, and I had really good returns from it, we had like that cafe still downstairs. And man, as much as it was probably a good thing that I sit by myself in the room, because I'm like, what can I get from this cafe that will like quench my appetite and also not be carb crazy? And I would just get like a cup of egg salad.
Just eat it in the studio by yourself.
I would sit here and munch on egg salad.
Christina on Twitch says, I'm on day 4 of dry January, only because I got COVID and was sick in bed on New Year's Day. Oh, damn. As soon as I feel better, I'm ready for a glass of wine or something, LOL. So that's an inadvertent dry January. I'll tell you the thing that switched up the most for us so far, Courtney and I in 2024, and that is because we're doing things differently and we've switched up our schedule a little bit, we are eating dinner finally at like normal people times. We used to eat dinner real late. Like, I didn't realize
dinner at 10 o'clock sometimes.
We would. I didn't realize how strange the schedule was, because we would go through the neighborhood walking ladies sometimes, and I go, damn, it feels like people are already sleeping. What time do people go to sleep? And then I asked on Twitter, everybody's like, 8, 9 o'clock. I'm like, people are going to bed at 8 o'clock? How old are you? And I'm like, we're up to 12:30 or so each night. And I go, we have dinner at like 9. And people are like, 9 o'clock you have dinner? And I don't know if there's science to when you're supposed to do this, when you're not. But now that's another thing that's piling on here for me, C-Lane, because we're eating at like 7 now, 6:30 or 7. And so after that, like 10 o'clock, I'm like, oh, I mean, I don't get anything else to eat in this day. My food consumption is over with. I'm going to lose it here.
Ashley claims to be intermittent fasting. And so I don't know much about intermittent fasting, but she told me today, because she like got a pan out. I'm like, what you making? She goes, I can't eat it yet. I was like, well, why can't you eat it? Well, I'm intermittent fasting, and I go, well, what does that mean to you? What is intermittent fasting? When you say that, what are you implying? And she said, I'm only eating between 12 and 8. Yeah. And I go, that doesn't seem that hard.
No,
I mean, I've eaten already today.
I've been intermittent fasting for like years on accident, just because I don't eat breakfast and I eat lunch like after the show. So I eat between that time and I eat like within 4.5 hours each day. That's all the food that I eat, all in that short period of time. Doctors, tell me if this is stupid, if this is a bad idea. Please let me know. All right, let's go over to the story about Tyreek Hill, the Dolphins player, and his mansion, $6.9 million. Have you seen this place, C-Lane? Oh, my God. It is
I have not.
Huge house, and it's a little burny these days. They said a fire erupted Wednesday afternoon at the South Florida home of Miami Dolphins star Tyreek Hill. They're trying to figure out exactly what was behind this. Let's go over to 10 News down in Miami.
Off the top at 6 tonight, a massive fire at the home of one of Miami Dolphins' biggest stars,
fire at
Tyreek Hill. And
Fire at Tyreek.
That's a great Chiron.
It's nice and simple. Sounds like a movie. And
being as we're the local 10 down in Miami, we are on first name basis with Tyreek Hill, our hero.
A huge house. This is a huge house that he lives in.
His family watching in horror as firefighters work to put it out.
Man, that
the
sucks.
wide receiver was at practice and rushed home as soon as he got word.
And thankfully, his family made it out the house safely. We have live stream coverage for you today. Clay Ferrero at Dolphins camp in Miami Gardens with the reaction. But we begin.
Let me tell you what. If you're one of Tyreek Hill's kids that I see waiting out here in front of the house with his wife or girlfriend or whatever, and the firefighters are putting out the fire as best they can on the house, and you're responsible. Like, I don't know how this fire could have started. And you're sitting there, and in your little kid brain, you're like, oh, I left a Pop-Tart in the toaster. Or, you left something in the oven too long, your little pizza that you were trying to heat up. Or you were responsible for the fire, and you're sitting there with your family watching like, only a matter of time before this all comes out, and I get in trouble for this. And then you try to overdo it. You end up like, oh, God, what's that Netflix skit show? I'm sorry for showing up, or something like
Sorry
that.
for showing up.
I forgot
Are
the
you
name
talking
of
about the
show.
Tim Robinson show?
Yeah.
I've
that
never
one.
watched it.
Yeah. There's a skit on that where a hot dog vehicle crashes into a building. And the building is like a business. And this
What did you
office.
call it? I'm sorry for showing up?
I'm sorry for showing up.
I think you should leave.
Mine is the follow-up, the response to the original. I think you should leave on that show. Somebody's driving a hot dog truck. They smash it into this office building, and everybody in the office is like, oh, my God, we got to figure out who did this. And he pops up in a hot dog costume. He's like, that's right. We got to figure out who did this. We need to find out who is responsible for this. That's what's happening with one of these kids in front of Tyreek Hill's house. They are responsible, and they know it.
With our local 10's Samir Nefsi live in Southwest Ranches with much more. Samir.
Yeah, so the scene out here at the Landmark Ranch Estates community, a lot different than it was just hours ago. Of course, that fire ripping through Miami Dolphins star Tyreek Hill's
That
mansion.
sucks,
Now, we
man.
had a chance to speak to his agent earlier, who says majority of the damage was concealed to one room, but the Miami Dolphins star just thankful family and friends made it out without any injury.
Yeah, that part is good, but still, you did some damage here. Simply Jeremy on YouTube says, my cousin burned down my grandma's house from playing with a lighter when he was a kid. You will never live that one down. She's going to let you know about that for the rest of her life and keep you in check, reminding you that you burned the house down.
A charred roof
Oh,
and
there's a big
giant
hole in the
make
roof.
up part of the aftermath following a blaze that ripped through the home of
Look at this guy's house, man. It is enormous.
Yeah.
It's
it
beautiful.
Looks like the kind of house that you could have a devastating fire and not miss, not have to stay in any hotels.
You're like, don't worry, we just can't visit the West Wing for a little while. We've got to stay away from the West Wing, or maybe this happened in the East Wing now that I'm looking at it.
Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill.
Thankfully, the fire was contained to a limited area in the home.
Sky 10 above the scene of his multi-million-dollar mansion as first responders work to extinguish the flames. Crews could be seen on the roof as smoke billowed from the property shortly after.
That's scary up there.
The Dolphins player said to have been at practice when the blaze erupted.
Yeah, he was having pracky.
Was obviously in the middle of practice when this happened, and so it's a shocking development, but he was very poised, and he was thankful that his family was good.
That's good. That's good. I did like how this is the dumbest thing in the world. Afterwards, all the sports journalists who are in Miami covering the Dolphins, they go to each individual player who's a teammate of this guy, and they're like, oh, Tyreek Hill's house is on fire. Anything you got to say about it? How do you feel about it? How do you think they feel about it? They think it sucks for the guy that's on their team to have his house on fire. What a stupid question. I wish more people responded to reporters with, what a stupid question. You know who's good at that? Lil Wayne. You ever seen the deposition of Lil Wayne?
No.
Look this up if you ever get the time. There was a deposition, and the rapper Lil Wayne is in this room getting deposed. And the attorney for the other side keeps asking him questions, and he goes, what's your name? And the guy's like, my name's James. And he goes, James, that is the dumbest MF question I've ever heard in my life. We need more people calling that out. When they go, hey, what do you think about Tyreek Hill's house burning down? Well, gee, I think it kind of sucks for him, and I hope that he's doing okay, and I hope his family's doing okay. Sun State John says it's a skylight now. No, it's not a skylight. That's a big-ass hole burned into the roof of his house. But he's got the correct change to get that all filled in. I'm sure he'll be just fine. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch. Super easy for you to do. I'd love for you to go over and create an account and get started right now. Let's see. Let's do this one. Here is BT with the dispatch.
Hey, guys. Like you, Sean, I also am a man of habit and routine. I usually get up at 04 and go to bed around 8 o'clock at night. But this year, I've decided to become a night man.
Yeah.
I've been staying up to midnight or 1 and going to bed around, or waking up around 8 or so, 7:38. It's all right so far, but I still think I prefer the old way. But we'll see how it goes.
Hey, whatever works for you, BT. We love you. We appreciate you. Thanks for the dispatch. Let's hear yours now. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. I don't know if his schedule change is going to work out for him, but I know it's working out for me. My routine was so locked in, folks. After the show, I would do all the stuff, all the work I have to do afterwards. About 6 or 7 o'clock, we would go to this excellent bar restaurant called Van Barry's, which everybody should check out. We would go there every day. And now we haven't been going there quite as much. And I still absolutely love the place and will go back. But we're just trying to break out of that routine. And sometimes the start of the year or just any kind of other change in your life is a good time to do that. And make sure that you're doing the best for you at any given time. BT, I think you got something going there. Let's see what's happening with you when we come back. We'll get into more of these dispatches. And I was banned for a joke says, Sean wants to know what you think about the fire. Dispatch now. No, I don't want that. But maybe you've burned down your family's house. That story, now that one I'd like to hear. Plus, a father says something bizarre, and I mean bizarre, is happening with his daughter's car that's parked in his driveway. I've never heard anything like this before, but you'll hear it. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's like a text message with your voice. The TalkBack feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Lane closures on I-4 westbound at Amelia Street due to a crash. Left lane blocked. Also westbound before OBT. 2 right lanes blocked. Accident with some blockage. Should be out of the way shortly. Bumpy Avenue. This is north of Lake Margaret Drive at Rayford Road. And also one in Melbourne. Wickham Road southbound at Interlaken Road, but no reports of any lane blockage. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org.
Start off 2024 the right way. From behind the wheel of your very own truck from Nations Trucks. From a Ford, Chevy, Ram, GMC, Nations Trucks has got them all and more. And with approved credit, you don't make any payments for 3 months. So take your pick from the largest selection of work trucks, lifted trucks, diesels, 4x4s. Got a few bumps on your credit? Not a problem. Nations Trucks has 35 lenders, and they're ready to work with you right now. So visit nationstrucks.com today, or just go down and see them in Sanford. Check out their inventory, their beautiful inventory of badass trucks in person on 1792, just 1 mile south of Lake Mary Boulevard. Let them know C-Lane from the News Junkies sent you.
What'd your mom pack you for lunch? Let's see, a turkey sandwich, chips, and... Oh, fresh from Florida strawberries. I'll trade you for some string cheese. Sure, here's my sandwich and my chips. No, I want the Florida strawberries. Seriously? No way. Can I throw in my juice box? You can throw in your lunchbox. You're not getting my Florida strawberries.
Pack the snacks your kids want to eat. Look for the sunny, fresh from Florida logo where you shop.
How about my new sneakers? Nope. These earbuds? Nope. My backpack? Nope.
Being a great dad doesn't require some fat wallet. I realized a simple stopwatch could make my kid's day better. I turned everything into a speed competition. Just time everything. How fast can they make their bed? How quickly can they fold 10 shirts? The weirder, the better. I once timed who could hug me the longest. They'll be excited if you're excited. Trust me.
Pull out a stopwatch or try something else. Just choose to be a father first today.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like 70s Rock Ride, Pink Floyd, Eagles, Van Halen, Tom Petty, Zeppelin, and more. Try something new for 2024. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search 70s Rock Ride, and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting?
Man, and Honda drivers, you might know more about this because they say that there's this father in Georgia and he's freaking out and Honda isn't helping him out at all. He's like, I bought my daughter one of these cars. This is a 2022 Honda Civic. You figure that would be a nice enough car. Dylan drives a Civic, I think, or an Accord. He might have an Accord. He's a hell of a lot older than this, though. And there's usually known as pretty good cars when they're not melting everywhere. Ooh. But I guess that's literally a problem you have to worry about. We're going to get to you and your dispatches in just a moment. Plus, I got a clip you have to hear about that Tetris kid that we played at the start of the show yesterday, who was the first to ever beat the game. We'll get to that momentarily. But a DeKalb County family says one of their cars is melting away. It's a 2022 Honda Civic. Charles Goldberg says the trim on his daughter's car started melting. It was as if somebody shot a ray gun at her car. He says last week, parts of the car from the driver's side mirror to the front bumper to the passenger side mirror just started melting away and dripping down on the ground. I'd never seen anything like it, he said. It was also warped and it started melting and disintegrating. And these stories have been coming across for years. For whatever reason, these cars have a problem with melting. So everybody out there who's hanging with us today, if you drive a Honda and it happens to be melting away, I'd love to hear from you and get your experience on that if we could. Is that happening to you? Is this a larger scale problem? It's not like it's real hot outside right now.
I mean, it's not right now, but other times of the year, I don't even know how you can be a car salesman and try to pretend to sell you a car and go, it's good, it's fine, it's not going to melt.
Good to go. Don't worry about it. Like, these are very reliable.
Like our friends down in West Palm, you think there's not a couple car salesmen that are like, ooh, July's coming, let's put the Hondas away for a while.
We got to put them in the garage that'll melt into the asphalt here. I didn't know that was a side effect of everything that happens with these Honda vehicles. Is the secret meeting at iHeart still unfolding right now, Sealand?
Yeah, it's wrapping up with a look at your phone.
All right, let's see. Hold on. Let me take a look at this. So it's just wrapping up now. That's where Sabrina is. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mike, is that true?
Yeah.
Holy cow! Did they say who was going to be?
No, I don't think they know yet. But
interesting. Okay, well, it's a shame that we couldn't have been at that meeting then. Now I feel like we missed out on a thing.
Yeah, you know. We'll stop by and pat on the back.
Yeah, we'll get into this a bit. But she's over there, Sabrina, at the secret iHeart meeting. And we got some stuff going on that we'll fill you in on in just a bit. So we started the show yesterday. And I thought this was an accomplishment. I sure as hell can't do it. This kid, what was he, 16? How old was the kid who beat the Tetris game?
I don't know. I don't remember what his age was.
He was
kid
young.
Who beat Tetris.
Yeah, he looked like he was like maybe 13, 14. 13, okay. So he's 13 years old. He's streaming himself as he's playing Tetris. And after all the years, think about all the years Tetris has been around. Like, Tetris was one of the first games. I think it was the first game on Game Boy. I think.
I think it was. Did you ever watch that Tetris movie that I told you to watch?
No, I want
it's
to.
Real good. I don't know if it was the first game. It's one of the first games on Game Boy, but I think the big win was not only the guys that were able to secure the rights to Tetris, but convince Nintendo to package the Game Boy with Tetris.
That's big.
I think that's what put Tetris in a lot of people's pockets.
Right. And there's nobody who's in their 30s or 40s right now, even 20s, I think, who doesn't know what the hell Tetris is.
Right. And so this 13-year-old boy, he is believed to be the first to beat the NES version of Tetris. So the Nintendo one that you would play on your TV. And says only AI had done it before. Don't know how that happened. But the NES version, basically what he needed to do, because there was no, like, when you beat Super Mario World, it's like, all right, Bowser's dead. Here's the credits. You know, congrats. Yeah. It really was just you play the game until the RAM runs out of space and crashes.
So basically, what C-Lane's saying is there is no true ending to Tetris. They just made it so it keeps going so fast that it can't handle itself and the game breaks.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So that's what happened to this kid. And that's victory, right? That's you winning the game.
You literally have overcome the video game.
The game is melting like those Honda Civics, right into the console that you're using. So this kid, he's the first ever in all these decades. He beats Tetris. And now, I love this because it shows you the difference between our job, C-Lane, and people who are like serious news people on television. Because we do this kind of stuff and nobody cares. They expect it from us. They expect us to screw around, be dicks about things. This lady was joking around about this kid, and now people are calling for her to be fired. This was on Sky News. Here we go.
Now, Tetris has long been touted as a video game that just can't be beaten because it just goes on and on.
Now, here he is beating it, this kid.
Oh, my God.
Yeah!
Well, 13-year-old American Willis Gibson has technically proven that wrong. He beat the original Nintendo version of the game by reaching such a high level that the coding froze. That left the program unable to generate any more falling blocks.
All right, so far, she's talking slow, but she's not doing anything wrong. She's
any
not
more falling blocks.
She's not doing anything that's going to get her fired just yet.
As a mother, I would just say step away from the screen, go outside, get some fresh air. Beating Tetris is not a life goal. Speaking of fresh air.
Wow, how dare you? That's all she did, and they want her job. They want this lady fired for only that. It says a news anchor has been called out after diminishing the accomplishment of a 13-year-old beating Tetris, telling him to go outside and that beating the game isn't, quote, a life goal. Now, here's one thing she should know, okay, Sky News lady? Let me just throw this out there to you. Anything could be a life goal. Right? My first life goal when I was like a teenager was just to have sex. That was my life goal. I said, I got to get this done. I got to make this happen. And then from there,
that extended into my 20s for me.
and then from there, it was just like anything that you wanted could be a life goal. His life goal literally probably was to beat Tetris. It was to beat that game. It was everything to him. He spent all his time focused on that. So yeah, beating the game, it can be a life goal. And mind you, we were talking yesterday about how he could turn this into something that would be a career for him. I know that sounds crazy to some of you, especially you boomers out there. You're like, what? How on earth could this be a thing?
Judging by the video of him beating the game, it seems like he was already doing some sort of live stream or something. Yeah. He's already kind of in that wheelhouse or in that realm.
Yeah, he's monetizing what he's doing at the very least. A lot of people agreeing with her. Nicole saying, I say the same thing, just go outside. Dave Scott saying on YouTube she's 100% correct. And what you're looking at here is somebody who lives in just a totally different world. This kid plays video games. That's what he likes to do. It's okay if kids play video games as long as you have balance in your life. If he spends 23 hours out of a day playing Tetris and 1 hour sleeping, well, we got a problem on our hands. But at least he's accomplished something. He's made worldwide news. She's talking about him, right? If he went outside that day instead of playing Tetris, would Sky News be talking about this 13-year-old?
No.
You wouldn't be talking about him because you'd be like, kid goes outside? That's not a news story. It's not an accomplishment. That's not a life goal either. And Eddie says it's a reasonable comment. Get over it. I think it's ridiculous that somebody would say she's under fire or she should be fired or lose her job. Yeah, it was pretty innocuous.
Maybe you think it's a reasonable comment, but is it reasonable to go after her job for this?
That's insane. I mean, that just shows you that people go for scalps for like nothing these days. And Alicia says, Sky News is always very snarky. It may be that that's the case. We go over stories with little kids all the time and rag on them and make fun of them and take shots at the kids. There's nothing wrong with that. Jeff says, I agree with you, Sean. The kid is 13, so video games is a life goal for him right now. It's not an issue. I think he accomplished something. That's kind of cool. If this is all he does, well, I mean, maybe back to the drawing board.
I'll never forget how excited I was because I think when you and I were young, Sean, we were still like in that age where there was definitely nothing about video games that would ever be considered a career or good for you. It was just a toy that that kids wanted and parents didn't understand.
Right.
And so when I first started taking like private music lessons from my old band director, and he was like teaching me like the just very beginnings of how to play percussion, he said, I'm going to tell you this, and your mom's not going to like it, but you should play your Super Nintendo a little more often each week, because that's going to work on your hand-eye coordination and translate into you being a better drummer.
Ha, so you had an excuse to play more video games?
Hell yes, I did, and it was great, and I used that excuse.
Take that, Mama Lane. All right, let's go over to you. Let's check in with some dispatches here, and here is Flip talking about Tyreek Hill's house catching on fire, the Dolphins player.
So you're at practice with your boys the other day. You get a call from the fire department. It's a tough day at Pracky, boys. You get a call from the fire department, say your house is on fire, boys. It's time to get back to it. Pitter patter. After you eat your Sandies, get back to Pracky. Then you can get home.
Wheel snipe
check
Shelly,
on
boys.
your fam. Pitter patter, boys.
Real quick, let me address this here, okay?
Hang on. Before you start being weird about Letterkenny, you called this, I think.
What?
TMZ is reporting that the fire at Tyreek Hill's house, or just fire at Tyreek's, as they called it down in Miami, was caused by a child playing with a lighter.
Oh, no, it's just like the chatter said that he had done that to his grandmother's house. Oh, no, this kid is in trouble. He burned down a $7 million mansion.
Inferno at Tyreek Hill's mansion on Wednesday caused by child playing with a lighter, according to officials. A youngster inside a bedroom at Hill's Southwest Ranch's home started the blaze. It's unclear if the child is related to Hill or how exactly he was able to ignite the flames. They're identifying it as accidental, and no further investigations are taking place.
Damn, that is a rough one. All right, we'll get to more of these dispatches. That's how you join us on the show. Record one on your phone, your laptop, whatever you got with a microphone. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send that right now. We don't have time to play one?
No, we do.
Oh, we do?
I said you have time.
All right, okay, let's work one in. Here we go. Here's Daytona Beach. Travis sent a dispatch, and in the description he says, Tetris kid, but I accidentally said the S word. All right, thanks for the warning at least.
Well, no, don't play it then.
I'm not going to play it. Here's Swilly talking about burning stuff down.
Hey, everybody, happy today.
Hey!
So I got in some trouble when I was younger for torching the side of my neighbor's house, unintentionally, of course. Didn't help that he had a bunch of dried tomato plants stuck to the side of it.
It's his fault.
Went out pretty quick. But when I was in college, I was a little bit of a tinkerer. I used to like to build things and take things apart and fix things. And one day I just decided, as all college students do, that I wanted to build a flamethrower.
Nice. And
so I was out in the back working on this thing. It was like a pest sprayer, caulking gun contraption. And yeah, I accidentally set it off and scorched the side of my neighbor's house. So I got into legal trouble for that. Had to shell out
that'll happen.
A fat stack of cash. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. Okay, goodbye.
Hey, you see what happens when people go outside and stop playing Tetris?
Yeah.
They burn the neighbor's house down. This is where the problems happen. Okay, we're going to hear from you. Your dispatches, send those. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Plus, a lady breaks down. She cannot take it anymore. What's getting at her? Well, that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Well, we finally have some lanes open now on I-4 westbound at OBT and also on westbound at Amelia Street. Earlier crashes and car fires are out of the way and back to normal. Still working a minor crash at Edgewater Drive at Princeton Street. And some slow goes now I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway to after State Road 535. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by Think It Up. Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
One of my favorite things about that mortgage guy Don from thatmortgageguyDon.com is the fact that he's part
of the Real Radio family. That's right. Each weekend on Saturday mornings, you can catch Don and his crew answering your questions live on the air on the Home Loans Radio Show. And if you're busy on Saturday mornings, that's okay. You can listen to all the informative episodes right there on the website, thatmortgageguyDon.com, or, of course, wherever you download podcasts, just search the Home Loans Radio Show with That Mortgage Guy Don. Now, Don, he's pulling back the curtain on the mortgage business. He's explaining the real mortgage process to you because he wants you to know it works. He has your best interest in mind. Now, That Mortgage Guy Don is a mortgage broker, not a corner bank or a retail lender, and that means he has direct access to wholesale lenders that consumers do not. Now, if you want to see a difference, go to the website right now and work with an expert and a friend that you can trust. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Hosted by true crime author and killer storyteller Mary Kay McBrayer, the new podcast, The Greatest True Crime Stories Ever Told, delivers riveting narratives about killers, scammers, journalists, and Avengers. Drawing from years of research, this podcast redefines true crime, breaking free from stereotypes.
She provided investigators in Mountain City, Tennessee, with exactly the evidence they needed to take 4 murderers to court.
Listen to The Greatest True Crime Stories Ever Told on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You made it through the holidays. Now it's time to figure out if that constant sniffle is a cold or allergies. Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help. I know, you're busy. Who has time to get an allergy test and go in for weekly allergy shots? At Aspire, we make it easy by providing same-day results and a treatment plan tailored just for you. Forget the over-the-counter meds. Aspire has solutions that actually work, so you can say goodbye to allergies for good. Go to AspireAllergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
As a military dad, I'll admit my first deployment didn't go great for my kids. I wasn't ready. So every time I'm gone, I just focus on doing small things better. I schedule video calls during their dinner so we can still eat together. I read books they're reading so we can talk about them. I send them an email every day. It just takes a little effort. But it's worth it, guys.
Dads, duty matters in and out of uniform. So choose to be a father first, today.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Ugh, PB&J again.
Moms, you've got a lot on your mind. Packing a lunch shouldn't be stressful. FreshFromFlorida.com can help. They have plenty of quick, delicious lunch and snack ideas to freshen up lunchtime. Simply look for the Fresh from Florida logo where you shop for locally grown, in-season fruits and veggies to please even the pickiest eater.
PB&J again. With Florida strawberries? Thanks, Mom.
Packing lunches has never been easier. Fresh from Florida, there's sunshine in every bite.
Hey, what's good, guys? This is Angel from the Monsters. You guys know I love to cook on my Big Green Egg. Why? It's impressive, and everything turns out great on the Big Green Egg. If you don't have one, you got to go to Wassy's Meat Market and get a Big Green Egg. They have the lowest prices in the country. They also have all the accessories, everything that you need. They have the classroom set up so you can teach you the basic techniques on the Big Green Egg and advanced techniques on the Big Green Egg as well. When you get the Big Green Egg from Wassy's Meat Market, there's a lifetime guarantee, so check them out. It's Wassy's Meat Market. Check them on Instagram or go to their website, wassysmeatmarket.com in Melbourne on Wickham Road. It's Wassy's Meat Market.
To avoid digital threats, turn on NordVPN. It's trusted by millions of users. Just visit NordVPN.com. One of the fastest VPNs on Earth will block web trackers, malicious websites, and malware-ridden downloads. It will also encrypt your internet traffic while maintaining a smooth connection. So improve your digital privacy and protection against hackers with one simple click. Get the special special deal at NordVPN.com and enjoy safer internet daily. NordVPN. Cybersecurity built for every day.
No payments for 3 months with approved credit? Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Real Radio 104.1.
The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This
Street justice. I wonder how people actually feel about this. All right, I don't even have to give you a hypothetical here because I've actually seen a video of this. It's been making the rounds today. It's going on. It's going viral on most of the platforms.
Facebook,
those ones,
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
TikTok included, right? And in this video, you got this dad. All right, and dad is at the playground with his son, and dad has just watched from across the playground as his son was bullied by multiple kids. And they were like messing with him, shoving him, hitting him. They were coming after his son and attacking him. And dad goes over to these bullies and he picks one of the kids up by like the scruff of the neck.
Yeah.
And he just
like a cat.
He's just like a cat. He just slams him on the ground, C-Lane. And then he walks away with his son. And all the people in the comments were very divided about whether this street justice was warranted, whether or not you should be doing this. And while I think the answer is probably no, you shouldn't be attacking little kids even if they bully your son. Oh, man, I think I'd be real compelled to do so if I witnessed that. Like if you saw some kids at the playground, C-Lane, and they were bullying Jackson, and you're watching from across the playground, and how hard would it be not to deck one of those little kids in the face?
Boy, do what we practice.
What, curl up into a ball? You gotta be
punch him in
aggressive.
the eye.
Sabrina, would you do that if you watched your kid from across the playground getting bullied by somebody? Would you like give him a shove or something if you went by him?
I don't know if I would shove a kid, but I would ask to reach out to their parents and then fight them.
Mm-hmm.
It would just be that viral moment where it's like, I just found out that the neighbor wants to fight, so you're going to have to fight the neighbor kid, and I'm going to fight neighbor mom.
Be honest. Have you ever wanted to hit a kid in real life? Have you ever been in an encounter where you're like, oh, my God?
Not punch, but definitely like shove or just kick across a field.
Yeah.
Not that they're not hurt. Like, I don't want to hurt them, but just the feeling of it might feel really good. Like hitting a home run.
I'll tell you, there's a younger guy right now, and he's growing up in the most poisonous ways. He's just a terrible human being. And his thing, you've probably seen this, Sabrina. C-Lane is not quite as online in this way, so I don't know if you've seen this. But there's a guy who is on TikTok and a couple other platforms. And basically what he does is he goes around with a bodyguard, and then he like screws with people and pisses them off. And when the people try to go after him, his bodyguard steps up and defends him. And every time I watch one of this kid's videos, I'm like, this is garbage content, number one. But number two, you are the most punchable son of a bitch I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, what a way to make a name for yourself that you hire a bodyguard. And by the way, the bodyguard should turn down stupid jobs like this. The bodyguard should be above things like this.
What's the pay?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot. I don't know, because he's going viral like crazy because everybody just wants to punch him in the face so bad. Sometimes there's kids that you really just want to punch in the face. I'm sorry for saying that. But sometimes that's something that just truly comes to mind. Sabrina has arrived back on the show from the super secret iHeart meeting.
Yes.
Did they fire us at the meeting? Was there any bad news for the show?
There's a follow-up meeting that we need to have.
Oh, okay. All right.
But I was a great representative. I'll tell you that
good.
much.
What did you do? Did you interact?
I interacted. I shook some hands. I gave a very professional hug, and also I wore mascara today. So I think that was pretty good on my part. And
I'm glad that you are a representative because C-Lane wore flip-flops today with iHeart Brass being in town. And that wouldn't have been a good representation. Did you meet the new boss?
I sure did. And it turns out, like, I introduced myself, and he's like, oh, I know. And I love what you guys do. And I'm like, dang, Tom. Well, I appreciate that. And I'll be sure if you're listening during the next episode that I don't mention any sort of farts or Dead jokes, right?
Yeah. Did you see Jack said the other day, he's like, this guy's just under the CEO at iHeart, okay? And Jack said the other day, by the way, he listened to an hour of your show. And I'm like,
which
Jack,
hour?
Could we have gotten a heads up? You know all the things we could have done to like fake like we do it all the time whilst this guy was listening? We could have plugged the iHeartRadio app so many times in that
I plug
hour.
it all the time, Sean. This is Sabrina Ambra.
Is that what you said to him? He was
Yeah.
like, hey, Tom.
Give me 1 second. I just need to make sure I'm pausing the iHeartRadio app real quick while I listen to you. It was like the first time I was chatting with my neighbors, and their sister was in town, and they listened to the show, as well as my girlfriend's parents. And they're like, yeah, we heard it the other day. I'm like, oh, God, what did you hear? Oh, it was you were discussing a structure in Philadelphia that looks like a BH. I'm like, I swear that we also have very informative conversations, not just about BHs.
Don't you wish we had a button where we could press it and everybody we know could not listen after that?
Correct. Give them a best of. That's all our best stuff.
And all the other folks who are just hanging out with us, who we don't mind if they hear us saying ridiculous things, those folks they're the only ones who can tune in when we hit this button. And then when you let go of the button, relatives can come back in. That would be next level in radio.
That would be the ultimate in a targeted advertisement. Like if we could target and also mute.
Yeah.
Targeted muting.
So was there an announcement at the movie? Are we allowed to talk about that or no?
I don't think so yet, because it was asked that we did not say anything until certain phone calls were made.
Oh. Did they
and
say,
then one person was like, oh, I already texted them.
Was it because of us? Are we responsible for this or no?
You already said it? You said it
No.
on the air?
I didn't. Oh, no, I didn't say it. I'm glad that you didn't
don't
just...
say it. Don't say it.
But
I want to wait maybe till tomorrow.
Did this person say that I just can't deal with the news junkie anymore?
No. They were very happy. I mean, we weren't completely singled out, but
very happy.
I just made sure to have my shoulders back and smile, and this is great.
Good.
You deserve that.
Good
They
work.
do.
All right, good. I'm glad that we got some representation in the room, and it sounds like you did a good job. And we
I
didn't
hope
get
so.
fired.
We'll see. I mean, it's still an asterisk near that.
Yeah, day's not over yet. You never know what's going to happen around here. You missed, I was showing this clip, Sabrina, where a reporter from Sky News is getting a bunch of heat, and they're saying she should be fired because of her comments on that Tetris kid, the 13-year-old kid who beat Tetris.
Oh.
And her comments were so much more mild than anything we've ever said on this show. Here she is.
Tetris has long been touted as a video game that just can't be beaten because it just goes on and on.
Blocks.
All right, here's a little kid winning. Let me fast forward. Hang on.
Proven that wrong. He beat the original Nintendo version of the game by reaching such a high level.
This is what she said that got everybody so upset.
Coding froze. That left the program unable to generate any more falling blocks.
I want to pass out.
As a mother, I would just say step away from the screen, go outside, get some fresh air. Beating Tetris is not a life goal. Speaking of fresh
That's
air.
it. That's all she said.
I
And she
would have
got
been
heat for that.
fired so much yesterday.
In one segment, we've said so many worse things than this. And I don't really think it was that bad, but we'll go to some responses. A lot of people are dispatching about this. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. Let's check in with a couple. Here is, I think we'll start off with Daffy. By the way, you can join us. Don't be scared. Don't worry about the sound of your voice or anything like that. We'll be nice, I promise. Nice-ish, nice adjacent. We got Brandy, who's chiming in about Ozempic here.
Hey, junkies. Happy Thursday. So I was delirious and listening to the show last night, and I'm sick. So I really hope you didn't play my dispatch from yesterday. But anyway, happy Thursday through Sunday.
You too.
On yesterday's show, you were talking about Wegovy and Ozempic, and I'm surprised you guys have never talked about it before, but basically the generic version of those medications are readily available. You don't need a prescription. They're still on the expensive side, but there are literally MLMs developed now with this drug, and it's called semaglutide. That is the generic version. It's the exact same thing as all the other stuff. And I have a girlfriend that is actually involved in this stupid freaking MLM. She's 4 or 5 months in. She hasn't lost a single pound. So this drug is not for everyone. It's not going to work for everybody. It's just really scary that people are just randomly putting this stuff into their bodies just because they think it's the easy button.
It is,
want to make
though,
sure
for
people
some
be
of them.
careful and be aware that semaglutide is out there and it is the generic. But honestly, guys, diet and exercise. Okay? Diet and exercise, very important.
Yeah, but that's hard. It's like a lot of work. One more. It's Daffy talking about the Tetris kid.
So, yeah, about Tetris kid real quick. I think that's wrong that this chick, said what she said on the news about whatever is a life goal. It was a life goal to him because his dad used to play Tetris and his dad passed away. And he made it a goal to beat the game for his dad. So, there's that.
Ooh, that's a good rebuttal to that woman, too. That hurts just a little bit. All right, when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? There's no Raging Against the Machine anymore, and also another name is getting killed after 10 years collecting dust on that one folder in your phone. Dokken is in the news for his take that should have died in 1993. Plus, Elvis is trading in his blue suede shoes for some high-top holograms. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
If Twitter is imploding, we're going along for the ride. Join us at Real Radio 1041 on Twitter, powered by Anajar Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Well, hey, everybody. Good Thursday to you. Jamie King, Fox 35 Storm Center. Central Florida weather forecast update for today. Looks like a return to some sunshine for the PM. Low mid-60s for highs. North winds at around 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear, mid-40s for the overnight tonight. North winds 5 to 10. For our Friday, 73, mostly sunny with some stormy skies returning Saturday. Rain chance on Saturday at 70%. Scattered showers and storms return with a warm high at 76. For Fox 35, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. We'll always be here for you. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Maybe you've heard about semaglutide, the new FDA-approved drug helping people lose weight like crazy without strict dieting. But here's what you might not know. Red Mountain Weight Loss has full-strength semaglutide in their newest medication called Revelex. It's specially formulated to give you full-strength semaglutide without side effects. So with Revelex, you'll lose up to 15 pounds a month without stomach pain or nausea. And it's not a shot, it's a tablet. So you can skip the weekly trips to the doctor's office. But here's the best part. Revelex costs about half of what you'll pay for other semaglutide medications. That's right. I said half the price. So why go anywhere else? At Red Mountain, you get no shots, no side effects, just results. And for half the price. Trust the leader in medical weight loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has helped millions of people lose weight safely, and they can help you too. Just go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. From your cell, dial pound 250 and say keyword great results. That's pound 250 and say great results.
Scottish Highland Games are for everyone. Why? Athletics, bagpipes, rock and Celtic bands, dancing, food, Scottish beer. Did I say beer? Shopping, games for the wee ones, and border collies. The Central Florida Scottish Highland Games, January 13th and 14th, Central Winds Park in Winter Springs. FLAScott.com. Scottish Highland Games are for you.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're all set with your Medicare prescriptions, Mrs. Brown.
This is not just low-cost copays at Walgreens.
I can actually help you set up 90-day refills if you want.
This is having a partner you can trust. Get low-cost copays, 90-day refills, and delivery from your neighborhood Walgreens. This is being independent. Together. Walgreens.
Restrictions apply. For details, see walgreens.com/pharmacy.
Joe Buck and John Smoltz welcoming you back to the City Center Convenience Mart. Uh-oh. She's looking at the cigarettes, but she just grabs the gum off the counter. Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer. Go to takeahealthystand.org.
Hi, welcome to IKEA and our winter sale. Hi. We've got hundreds of offers with up to 70% savings across the store. Like,
wait, did you say 70%?
Yes.
My kids love playing dress up. Can you help us get organized?
Ooh, yeah. Check out our offers on dressers and storage.
Ooh, what about bath towels?
Yep.
Comforters, pillowcases?
Yes and yes.
I think I need a bigger cart.
Visit IKEA-USA.com/winter sale for details. Offer valid dates may vary. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store and IKEA-USA.com/winter sale for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
Mecum Auctions. The world's largest collector car auction returns to Kissimmee, Florida, January 2nd to the 14th at Osceola Heritage Park. Featuring 4,000 muscle cars, Corvettes, customs, and more. Broadcast live on Motor Trend and Motor Trend Plus. From avid collectors to those new to the Mecum experience, we welcome everyone. Register to bid now at Mecum.com.
It's game day at Jim's house, and the spread is impressive.
Mike's already done some damage with the hot wings, and now he's dropping back and going deep for another slice of pizza.
I sure hope he brought the Pepto.
Mike knows the Pepto-Bismol provides fast 5-symptom relief from unexpected stomach upsets. He's no rookie.
The way he's throwing back those nachos, he's the GOAT.
Be ready for game day with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
Things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. I got a question I want to put out there for Amazon delivery drivers real quick, because this is the second of these videos that I've seen.
I bet I know who we hear from first.
Probably. You know what? I want to hear from Peisenberg then, because I want to hear why is this a thing? Remember at the end of last year, maybe in the middle of 2023, there was a video of somebody who had stolen an Amazon vehicle, and they started just hauling ass in it. And they went around a couple of turns, and all of a sudden they flipped, or they slipped right out of the car. Like the seat was slippery or something. They slipped out the car and then just barrel rolled down the road. And now there's another story of an Amazon carjacker who stole one of their vehicles, and the same thing, slipped right out the car and couldn't stay behind the steering wheel when they were hauling ass away. And I was like, what is it
going that fast?
Maybe it's that. Maybe like nobody ever really floors those cars. And if you do, it's like enough force to fling you out of the seat. But it's like carjacker proof. You can't carjack these damn Amazon vehicles because you slide right out the side of them if you tried to.
That or carjackers read the story and they're like, all right, step 1, steal. Step 2, close that door, put on the seatbelt.
Yeah, that's a good move if you try it. This was in Houston, and the dash cam video caught it. I think, no, this isn't it right here, is it? Hold on, I'm trying to find the actual video, but it's all YouTube shorts, which I absolutely hate. Here it is right here. This is the person getting in the Amazon vehicle, and I think they have a gun. So, like, the Amazon person is just sitting there by the side of the vehicle with their little, yellow vest on, and the driver hauls ass. And once again, like,
It'd be cool if we could see it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's a YouTube short. I don't have any control. I hate these stupid things.
Zoom in.
They're the worst.
Pinch, spread it out with your fingers.
I can't pinch. I can't. Look, right there. Whoop. Right off the seat. Apparently, it's impossible. The vehicle's still going. It's impossible to stay in the seats on these Amazon cars. They are carjacker proof. This is genius if that's what they're doing on purpose. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Oh, guess what I don't have?
What?
A clip.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
You gotta lick the cookie. You gotta lick the cookie.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Those things just appear out of nowhere all the time.
So quick, so quick.
Smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. And, of course, the Home Loans Radio Show. It's a new year. Perhaps new you includes buying your first dream home. Maybe you want to refinance the dream home that you already own. We'll get the process started today with an expert who's also part of the Real Radio family, has your best interest in mind, and it's That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Oh, yeah. It was 14 years ago, 2010. This gal right here.
I love my DJ. He do a real big spinner right round like a record, and he
She
Avril Lavigne?
Bisexual, and then got a thing about the Nazis. Started to like Adolf.
Tia Tequila or whatever her name is.
Tila Tequila is right, and it was 14 years ago on this day that her fiance, Johnson & Johnson heiress Casey Johnson, died because she wasn't taking care of her... Wait for it.
Diabetes.
That'll do it, yeah.
She was 30 years old, so let this be a reminder.
That makes a lot more sense than what I guessed when you played that song, because you said she wasn't taking care of her, and I said hammer. That wouldn't do you in.
Also, I think that's super freak, isn't it? Because I can't touch this.
It's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, stolen beats.
Also, today I learned that while Aaron Rodgers has nothing to say, Pat McAfee is willy sorry to Jimmy Kimmel. No word yet from Aaron, but Pat McAfee has apologized on what Rodgers said about Jimmy Kimmel being on the old Epstein list. Which, by the way, did you guys go over that already?
Yes, yeah. There really wasn't much to it.
I couldn't find... I was waiting for someone to just give me the list of names, but everyone's like, this is Epstein. This is what he did. This is what a couple people said, but I'm looking for the actual list.
Well,
and I
here's
heard this
why...
morning, John Paul II, the Pope.
Yeah, here... the Pope, of course the Pope is on the list. Here's why this is weird. Somebody goes, Bill Clinton's on the list. And then I read this story and I go, oh my God, it was like Ghislaine Maxwell flew a helicopter herself, picked up Bill Clinton in the Secret Service.
Pilot?
And she brought him back, and then Bill Clinton and Epstein, they were with these young girls. And then I read the Secret Service looked into that, and it never happened. The Secret Service people would have to log all of this stuff. That the president was nowhere near there at that point. So Bill Clinton is in there, but the story about him doesn't check out. So it's weird.
So on the show yesterday, Pat said, and I quote, "We obviously don't like to be associated with anything negative ever, so we apologize for being a part of it. I can't wait to hear what Aaron has to say about it. Hopefully those two will just be able to settle this, not work-wise, but be able to chit-chat and move along." Pat also said he thinks Aaron was just trying to crap talk Jimmy. Yeah. But he added he's going to have to clarify that for us. So we shall see. Also being clarified, apparently Ian Ziering started the fight with the mini bikers. The guys on the mini bikes. New video has surfaced, and that shows Ian Ziering was the first one to get physical in that brawl with the guys that were on the tiny little bikes. What are the odds? That was the mini bike gang, they're calling them in the news over the weekend. In the video, you could see the bikers drive around Ian's car while it's stopped in traffic and then get in front of it. And that's when Ian gets out and lunges at one of them. TMZ spoke to two of the riders, who, by the way, were in disguise, wearing ski masks, which was quite interesting to see. And they said the attack was completely unprovoked. According to them, They were splitting lanes, which is legal in California. Maybe Ian got angry because he thought that they were getting too close to him. They also suggested he may have been having a bad day and decided to take it out on them.
I still can't believe that splitting lanes is legal. That's crazy to me. What that means, if you don't know.
Like 2 bikes on 1 lane?
No, splitting lanes is like, let's say I-4 or whatever interstate, I-95, anything like that, is really, really backed up. A motorcycle can drive in the lanes right between the cars. You could just cruise right through and like on the lines, on the dotted lines. You like that?
I mean,
I hate that.
I do think that there are certain, not every motorcyclist is the same. I think there are certain ones that would probably do it in such a way that would make people uncomfortable. I mean, you got to keep your distance from the other cars.
Also, talk about a distraction. This guy goes, we were lane splitting. He started all this when we didn't do anything wrong. They're on little miniature motorcycles that are 1,000% not street legal. So
maybe they are there, though.
No, they're like
They
little
had license
pocket
plates.
bikes.
Yeah, but after a certain CC, you can ride them. I believe. Maybe it's different in California.
These guys are absolute losers, and I hope they get run over by a semi.
Okay,
all of
wow,
them.
hot take. Why are they
all of the guys.
losers?
Because
they're
they're
also
in
minding
like
their own damn business.
No, they're not. No, they're not. That's why the cops want to go after these guys. They're actually like a biker gang on these stupid little bikes, and there's all these videos that they post of them
Ian
terrorizing
started the
people.
fight.
He probably just got pissed off at them being annoying, but I'm super glad that they're putting a spotlight on these guys. They're really annoying.
You got me a mini bike for my birthday a couple years ago.
Yeah, but you
So
don't
do you
go
think that
around
I
doing
should be
this.
Run over?
No, not at all. You don't go around doing this.
Am I a loser?
I think these people who like ride dirt bikes and 4-wheelers on busy roads and like screw around like there's nobody's going to get them and they're above the law. I hate them. I hope they all get run over by semis, every one of them.
Well, there's that. Someone not getting run over by semis, but they are taking a semi to a lot of our hearts. We bid adieu, I think, to this band.
Rage Against the Machine.
Yes. No raging, no machine, no more. According to the drummer, Brad Wilk, if you've been waiting to maybe get those rescheduled tour dates, that's not happening. In a social media post, he said, I don't want to string people or myself along any further. I want to let you know that Rage Against the Machine will not be touring or playing live again.
Has anybody checked on Guy Fieri? He's a big fan.
He is. That's true.
Have you ever seen him live? I would have loved to see you.
Guy Fieri, yes.
I have seen them live, I believe. I believe I've seen them live at a Lollapalooza long time ago.
Was that Frosted Tips, Sean, or just digital?
It very well could. It could have been Frosted Tips, Sean. I'm not positive. But
America's a whore.
What's the drama? Do they just hate each other, or why do they keep breaking up?
That I don't know, because there are no other band members or the band's official IG account that are posting statements. All he said is, I'm sorry to those who have been waiting for this to happen. I really wish it was. Bottom of my heart, thank you to every person who's ever supported us. So it sounds like they've broken up again, but they were just touring maybe like a year ago. So I'll keep y'all posted. Something else that is ending. This is going to hit home for you, Sean. I know this was a big part of your relaxation after working hard all day, but we also have to bid adieu to this gal's mobile role-playing game.
If you know how I feel, why would you say that?
Kim Kardashian?
Kim Kardashian's app is closing its virtual doors. And
She had
yes,
a mobile app?
You must be asking. Yeah, it was released 10 years ago. And I specifically remember talking about it because it was like, I think a lot of people were paying a bunch of money just to like style a cartoon Kim Kardashian.
Oh, it was like microtransactions, wasn't it?
Something like that. Yeah, I'm so grateful from the bottom of my heart to everyone who has loved and played Kim Kardashian Hollywood for the past 10 years. This journey has meant so much to me and my wallet. I added that part. I've realized that it's time to focus that energy into other passions. I mean, have you focused any energy on this app at all? A lot of people did not know that it was still around.
What's she doing? You think Kim Kardashian's back there in her room cracking her knuckles and coding this thing?
Absolutely.
That ain't happening.
So I guess...
How does it feel, Sean, that Kim Kardashian is shutting down her app and it's making headlines Meanwhile, the News Junkie app is RIP, and
they're working on the
it's on a
stories.
local newspaper.
Yeah.
Just wait till
No.
this weekend. It's
The New York Times has a whole team on it. We're working on this.
I can
right
hear
now.
your phone feverishly vibrating in the background from
So-
reporters.
I guess people logging into the mobile game Kim Kardashian Hollywood have now been met with an alert about the game's upcoming shutdown, telling players the game no longer offers in-app purchases and has been removed from app stores. So that will be completely vanished from Apple as well as the Android app stores. Now, they say the notice says gamers can continue to use the game's feature until April 8th. So, so good luck, everybody, with those last purchases. I have no idea how this game works.
Do you think that there's somebody who's playing this game and they're like, oh, and on April
Still doing
7th, they're going to be like, oh, man, today's the last day I could play the Kim Kardashian mobile game. This is tough for me.
Yeah, so you could take the journey of A-list stardom, the goal of gaining fans by doing things like acting, modeling, making club appearances, and dating. Also, the game had currency called K-Stars that would help the players progress. That app made, much like the News Junkie app, in just 5 days, $1.5 million 10 years ago.
Jesus.
So what do we do with all this free time? I do not know. Oh, I know what this guy's doing with all his free time.
That is...
It rhymes with Sean Soken. Don Dokken is right. Don Dokken? Am I saying that right? Dokken.
Don Dokken.
Don Dokken.
That's one of
According
those
to
bands,
Travis in the Palm Coast.
That's one of those
Sorry,
bands where
Travis.
I never knew how to say the name. I only saw it written, and I never heard anybody like actually say it out loud.
I just sent you a picture of Don, and I want you to ask yourself the question, are you surprised at this headline based on that picture and that picture alone?
One of those bands for me, Sean, was Queensryche.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was like Queensryche or Queens. I was,
And
you want to risk
Depeche
it?
Mode? Depeche Mode?
That's close.
Depeche?
I didn't get the photo if you sent it over here.
I sent it to my girlfriend by accident.
She's going to be very confused.
Very. The headline reads, Don Dokken is mad he can't tell a woman her ass looks good. And now please show the picture.
This is a funny photo to accidentally send to somebody. It's like, hey.
Let's see what her response is.
Some weirdo tipping his sunglasses at what appears to be an autism-related event.
I just got the reaction GIF that I forwarded to you guys.
Look, it's a picture of this guy, rocker guy, and he's got this goofy smirk on his face, and he's lifting up his sunglasses.
Wishing that he could tell a woman that her ass looks good, but I guess the PC police is after him. He says,
this is the response that you got right here?
Yep, and I don't think I'm going to explain it at all.
Just leave it out there, yeah.
The frontman made his claims during an appearance on the Phantasm podcast, which I assume that it should be available on the iHeartRadio app.
One would
Absolutely
hope.
free, and it has millions of artists, millions of songs, and live radio, like right now in the palm of your hand. Download it now, iHeartRadio app. And your app stores.com. In the 80s, it was all about girls with short skirts and push-up bras, he remarked. Nowadays, I told the band, I go, if a girl comes backstage and she's dressed to the nines, you can't comment and say, wow, your ass looks good in that mini skirt. Or, wow, your boobs are hanging. Direct quote.
Your boobs are hanging?
Something like that, because they'll sue you. Yeah. Can you imagine?
Can
your
you
ass
get
looks...
sued for telling somebody their boobs are hanging?
No
Also,
way.
is that a compliment? Your ass
boobs are
looks
hanging.
good in a mini skirt. Okay, it's douchebag, but it makes sense. Wow, your boobs are hanging. I don't know what I would say to it.
Hanging sounds bad.
Hanging
It
does
sounds
sound bad.
Like, it reminds me of it. Do your boobs hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? That
Yeah.
doesn't seem good, actually.
Is it supposed to be like your boobs are hanging out? That
Damn,
could
your boobs are hanging.
Could be a good thing for the viewer.
Hey.
I'll try with Courtney during the break, and I'll tell you what reaction
Don't you
I
dare.
get. Mhm.
Don't you dare.
Say,
Because,
damn, your boobs are hanging.
I mean, this whole PC.
He's like, Sabrina told me to tell you that.
No, don't. I'll text her right now, I swear.
Two black eyes and just dazed out of my mind.
He says the whole PC thing has just gone too far, the rocker continued. If women are dressed like that, you would think it's because they want a compliment, like your boobs are hanging.
I love this dude.
He pointed to a Spanish soccer president, Luis Rubiales, who just got in trouble for kissing the star player right in the mouth without consent. And I think he ended up getting fired for that, right?
Not only that, they're talking about charges against that guy.
All the coach did was give her a little kiss, and she said, I didn't agree to that. Now it's on the news and goes to government, and they fire him? That's too far. So good luck to anyone who associates with Don.
I love guys like this because, before you get to your final story,
no worries.
they're like, it's like if you froze somebody in 1989 and then you unthawed them in 2024.
He's like, when did this happen? I can't tell a woman her ass looks nice and her boobs be hanging.
And everybody's having a
What's
conversation, and this guy's like, where are the broads with all their big milkers, man?
Yeah, let me get those fun balloons and pop them with my teeth.
He's real life Steel Panther. That's what he is.
He is. All right. Okay.
Well, there you have it. On the hanging boob tube, bros.
Yeah.
We got the 2-hour special, The Golden Bachelor, The Golden Wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Is that tonight? Do they have a golden shower? Bridal shower?
Yeah.
Hell's Kitchen on Fox, Transplant on NBC, 1-hour special, General Hospital, 60 Years of Stars and Storytelling on ABC, and late nights on repeat. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. Let's see those hanging boobs.
Yeah.
Most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Yow.
Thank you, Sabrina. Back in a moment with your dispatches. Plus, we've got more from this lie detector showdown. And something that we've used forever may be disappearing forever. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. 104.1. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Accident blocking 2 right lanes in Seminole County, Lake Mary Boulevard, westbound after Reinhardt Road. This is at Sun Drive. Crash still working in Orlando, Edgewater Drive at Princeton Street, and a crash with some possible road blockage on State Road 535 at US 192. And still have very heavy congestion on eastbound I-4 before US 27 to about 429. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by Think It Up. Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing.
Although we're marketing at a very broad scale, it does include specific local markets, and that's the beauty of iHeart's network.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The #1 cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Orlando's best comedy room is safely open. The Orlando Improv welcomes Tommy Davidson January 5th and 6th.
How come when a brother do the anthem, he want to make an album?
Tickets and showtimes online at theimprovorlando.com. Above all, come for the comedy. We could all use a laugh. The Improv is hiring for all evening positions: line cook, cocktail servers, and wait staff, food runners, dishwashers. We cater to top talent and the best locals in the Central Florida area. Please call us at 407-480-5233 or email for open interviews.
Maybe you've heard about semaglutide, the new FDA-approved drug helping people lose weight like crazy without strict dieting. But here's what you might not know. Red Mountain Weight Loss has full-strength semaglutide in their newest medication called Revelex. It's specially formulated to give you full-strength semaglutide without side effects. So with Revelex, you'll lose up to 15 pounds a month without stomach pain or nausea. And it's not a shot, it's a tablet. So you can skip the weekly trips to the doctor's office. But here's the best part. Revelex costs about half of what you'll pay for other semaglutide medications. That's right. I said half the price. So why go anywhere else? At Red Mountain, you get no shots, no side effects, just results. And for half the price, trust the leader in medical weight loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has helped millions of people lose weight safely, and they can help you too. Just go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando. How do I, Dad? Here's something I do. I write a letter to my kids every month. Yep, I write a letter and send it to my own house. I'm pen pals with my own kids. I know it sounds silly, but they love it. I don't write anything crazy. Just tell them I love them, ask them questions, whatever. Normal stuff. But when it shows up in the mailbox, I'm super dad.
Write your kids letters or try something else. Just choose to be a father first today.
Hey, Orlando. Looking for new ways to save? Verizon has your family covered. Get $800 in Verizon gift cards when you switch your family of 4. And get 4 new phones on us with Select Trade-In and Unlimited Ultimate. There's never been a better time to switch. But this offer won't last forever, so hurry in. Switch to the network America relies on. Get $800 in gift cards and get new phones for the whole family on us with Select Trade-In and Unlimited Ultimate. A better plan to save is Verizon. Visit your local Verizon store today. $999.99 device payment or full retail purchase with new smartphone line on Unlimited Ultimate plan required per phone. $200 Verizon e-gift card with port in per line. Less $1,000 trade-in/promo credit applied over 36 months. Promo credit ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. 0% APR.
There's no better time than the new year to help protect your identity and finances. LifeLock detects potential threats to your identity that you may miss on your own. If you do become a victim, a U.S.-based LifeLock restoration specialist will work to fix it. LifeLock is the New Year's resolution that's easy to keep. Save 25% off your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock or go to LifeLock.com. Promo code CLAY to save 25%. That's LifeLock.com. Promo code CLAY.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
Isn't it? Because I can't even remember the last time I paid anything with cash. And yet we have time and again, people will try to stretch this out. And there's a lot of like legislation on this. There's a bill in Florida. There's a bill in several other states that they're pushing through. And it prohibits businesses from going digital only or like cards only or just, not allowing cash to be used as a payment. And I feel like that would affect my life 0% if they just said no more cash. I don't know it would have any impact on me whatsoever I just don't use cash. Haven't in years, really.
I was in the same boat up until I started the karaoke gigs and stuff, and then especially when medical marijuana was first introduced in Florida, a lot of the dispensaries were cash only as well.
Right? Did they change that? Has that changed?
Some of them are now card, or they have like this can pay system, which I think is like a digital debit card. But
is it Canapay?
Oh no, it's just can. That would have been smart. On that
would have been better. Yeah.
Dummies.
But
what about this? Because one places that I think is still it's like cash based is a strip club.
Yeah.
You guys would know more about this than me. Is that still the case, or do you have are there strippers that have like a Cash App sign or a Venmo sign, or they don't
Not
do that?
I've noticed. No, it's usually just making it rain actual physical cash. Now, when I was in Ireland...
you don't get to slip the Venmo under the G-string, you know?
No,
it's not sexy.
In Ireland, they don't really tip there. Like, that's just not part of it.
Even at the strip club?
We didn't go to the strip club, but I did go to a drag show. And then typically, here in America, with drag shows, people hand them...
Toss out dollars, yes.
And so I'm asking, like, do they have tips? And they're like, no, but you could buy them a drink. And then I realized they also have the currency where a lot of it is coins. And I'm like, am I supposed to just throw this giant coin and maybe hit them in the eye?
All right. Can we agree on this at least? Coins should be out of here. Coins should be gone. We don't need to deal with coins anymore. Let's get pennies. Come on. What are we doing with pennies? Let's round it up or round it down or whatever works best and get rid of some of this stuff. They're fighting to keep cash around. In this story that I saw, it says more businesses are going cashless and so are more consumers. But in Florida, in this particular instance, most businesses may soon be required to accept cash payments no matter what. Legislation being considered by lawmakers in Tallahassee would require businesses to offer a cash payment option if the customer is physically present to make the purchase. The only time that I have to deal with this, and Courtney's my bank on this, she's always got some cash with her, so that makes me a little more bulletproof here. But there's a lot of taxi drivers, cab drivers, and I just encountered this in New Orleans. When we landed and we get out of the airport and we get into a cab, our cab driver is this old dude who's humming the entire time. He wouldn't put anything on the radio, but he's like, oh, dude, just put the radio or just sing the song to me. It's better than the humming. Don't save that, please.
Oh, he's saving it for sure.
And so this old guy, he's like, how y'all doing? And oh, good, sir. And where are you going? Going to this hotel. And then he starts driving and is silent for 25 minutes. And Courtney and I are like, we're talking, but we're like, so what do you want to do first?
Yeah, what's going on?
We don't want to
because you feel like he's listening to everything.
Yeah, it's dead silent in the car except for humming along to whatever song he's got. And then when we get to the destination, I go, all right, here you go. And I go to hand him my debit card. And he goes, oh, that's not working. And I said, what do you mean that's not working? You couldn't tell me that when I got in the car?
Definitely should have told you that.
And he goes, yeah, that's not working. And then he goes pull out some Square thing, card reader. And I go, I know what's happening here, man. And I didn't have to say it to him, but I know what's happening. You're a taxi driver. You want the money now. You don't want me paying debit through the taxi's debit system. You want me giving you cash, or the alternative is you have a Square card reader on your phone that's going directly to you. So that's what you want from me, as opposed to me paying through this other way. And you're just lying to me about it.
Well, I mean, I've never had a situation where a cab driver has not let me pay with a card. But I have had one, I think I got the guy once or twice, actually, where his credit card terminal was not working. Mm-hmm. And it's the only time in my life where I have paid with my debit card with one of those slide-over machines that takes what did you used to call that? Carbon copy paper.
Yeah, it's got it's got a white one, a yellow one, and a pink one, maybe.
And it does an imprint of your card. A lot of cards don't even push through the little imprint thing anymore. Mm-hmm. Like they're completely flat. But this was the only time, and there was one cab driver that his credit card terminal was broken, and I had to do the old Burdines method of charging.
Swiperoo, huh?
No,
so
not a swipe.
many times.
Well, it's like the
yeah. It's that old machine. Nobody uses that anymore. It's like if you were in a bar and the power went out, they said, "Everybody, get out your cards. We got to pull out the old swiper machine here, and it makes that big loud noise. But this guy was lying. So many of these taxi guys, they lie. And that's the only time I end up needing cash. And I'm like, oh, cash. Jesus, what am I going to do here?
Why didn't you just use the Square card thing?
Because I don't know, something about it. Like, he had an old-ass Android phone. It seemed scammy. Something seemed weird. It didn't
Your
seem
assumptions or something else, man.
Well, it didn't seem on the up and up.
Just create this whole story. No, that's the option he has.
No. He goes, that doesn't work. And then he goes, I got something else. And he's got a Square reader on his phone. I'm like, I know what that is. That's me paying you directly with a debit card, or you want cash, which is paying you directly for the debit
Versus
card.
him waiting 2 weeks for the taxi company to pay him. What if he needs to feed his children tonight?
He was unsure, by the way. Like, when I tell you that he brought out the Square reader, he's like, and he was like unsure if that worked. He was really just shoving me in the direction of cash. If he would have been like, here's what he could have done, right? Simple thing. And I think you guys will be on board with it. If he stops at my hotel and the cab stops and I go, I got to pay up. And then if he just gives me his phone with the Square card reader and swipes it, I'm good. I'm good to go. But he didn't do that. He wanted to push me in the direction of cash because he wanted that money immediately and didn't want it through any kind of like card reader thing that took any cash from him. So it's weird because you're like at a stalemate. Well, that is weird. You're at a stalemate with the person. If Courtney didn't have cash, what are we doing?
You're
Are we
gonna
going all the way?
Probably have to drive the taxi for him, like cleaning the dishes in the back until you.
Or I'm gonna have to do the thing that C-Lane was saying, the old school swiper thing. They're trying to keep the money off the credit card machine in the taxi. If they just say that, that's fine. I'd be okay with it. They said legislation being considered by lawmakers would require businesses to offer a cash payment option if the customer is physically present to make the purchase. The bill also prohibits a business from charging a fee or placing any other condition on a cash payment. There's a couple of you out there that are like, only cash. All I do is cash now. And you bury money in your backyard and
don't believe in
mason
banks.
jars. Yeah. And I don't trust any of this stuff.
I'll tell you what, I think if I would be more concerned about it if I still made my money, 100% playing music. Because the idea of doing like a Venmo for tips didn't really start being popular until COVID happened and everything shut down and people were doing all these live streams.
Yeah.
And then when bars reopened, you would see some of the performers, some of the guitar players and stuff would bring little signs that had their Cash App, Venmo, whatever on there.
I do that.
As an option. And people would ask for ours. And I would give it to him, but I never had like the sign. I always thought that was weird. But
okay,
if there,
I don't know why. But why is it weird? Is it weird just because you weren't used to it? Because almost everybody has either Cash App, Venmo, or Zelle now.
I know, but I was saying I felt weird to like put a sign up and be like, "Here's another way to tip me." But I mean, more and more, it's shifting in that direction, and it's fine. I can get over it.
Do you find when people buy you shots, like they assume that's the tip? Do you accept that as a tip?
I would, absolutely.
For me, like I appreciate. I'm down for the camaraderie of like taking a shot together, but I'm like I'm now blacked out and have zero money. I think I'd rather get the cash tip.
Yeah,
I mean, if I were doing like a dry January or something, I'd be like, well, this is getting old. And my drummer's really, really, really incredibly drunk. And but no, I always was like, yeah, we accept tips in the form of money and liquid.
Yeah, they want to protect the cash here. They don't want to go all digital, which I get why people are scared of that. They find the banking system being all ones and zeros. You look at your bank account and all of a sudden it's disappeared, it's gone. But to combat that, that's why you should spread your money around a little bit. Don't just have one bank account and that's where all your eggs are. Put your money in several bank accounts. Make sure that and don't just leave money sitting in checking accounts. For God's sake, I don't know how many people do this. I see people, whenever I see this, this is a thing I have to think about a lot. When you see a commercial for a bank and they're talking about the bank's app, they put a lot of thought into when they show that person's home screen, how much money they're going to show as the balance on that person's account.
Okay.
Because if you're watching and the person has like $10,000 in their balance, you're going to be like, damn, this ain't for me. This is a rich person bank right here. And if you're watching and there's like $4.15 in the person's account, you might go, This is the poor
And
bank
then
over
open
here.
up recent activities, and it's like, and we also have $5 overdraft fees, and then we'll completely drain you of all your money.
Right. I think what you need to do is make sure you're spreading your money around, and then don't leave it all sitting in even savings accounts, for God's sake.
Gotta tell you that Ally has
Ally's good.
their interests. Like I've already gotten back like $50. Like they just keep pumping it up, and then it also scares me that there's no physical location, but that's for another time. I guess.
There's a bunch of companies like that now, and there's also a bunch of companies that do, and I like this, roundups. I don't know if you guys do roundups, but if you take it, so every purchase that you have, it rounds it up to the nearest dollar, then it takes all of that money and once every couple of days or week or so, shifts that over into your savings account, and you don't even notice it really. And all of a sudden you look over, you're like, look at me putting money in the savings account. Feel like an actual adult right now. Okay, quick break. When we come back, we'll get to this lie detector, very, very tense moment. And is church changing forever? This could draw some of you in, I think. You'll be surprised. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
So we no longer have our blue check mark.
Actually, it was a white check mark surrounded by blue.
Don't be that guy.
Okay.
We're still at Real Radio 1041 on Twitter, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Crash blocking 2 lanes, Lake Mary Boulevard westbound after Reinhardt Road at Sun Drive. Also a crash with some road blockage at 535 at US 192. The rest of 192 out to the East Coast looking good. 528 out to the Space Coast, no problems. And we're looking good so far on 417 north and southbound. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice. Continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at Unbound.org.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hosted by true crime author and killer storyteller Mary Kay McBrayer, the new podcast, The Greatest True Crime Stories Ever Told, delivers riveting narratives about killers, scammers, journalists, and Avengers. Drawing from years of research, this podcast redefines true crime, breaking free from stereotypes.
She provided investigators in Mountain City, Tennessee, with exactly the evidence they needed to take 4 murderers to court.
Listen to The Greatest True Crime Stories Ever Told on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Melissa Etheridge, I'm Not Broken Tour. April 11th. Inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa. For tickets, go to Ticketmaster.com or HardRockTampa.com. Melissa Etheridge in concert. I'm Not Broken Tour. Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
How do I, Dad? Here's something I do. I write a letter to my kids every month. Yep. I write a letter and send it to my own house. I'm pen pals with my own kids. I know it sounds silly, but they love it. I don't write anything crazy. Just tell them I love them, ask them questions, whatever. Normal stuff. But when it shows up in the mailbox, I'm super dad.
Write your kids letters or try something else. Just choose to be a father first today.
Yo, it's Angel from the Monsters. You want a big green egg? For the lowest prices anywhere, you got to go to my friends, Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up your big green egg so that you are cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to wassiesmeatmarket.com for your big green egg today.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This Earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
I'm Sarah Kustak, NBA analyst for the Brooklyn Nets, and my podcast, NBA Pulse with Sarah Kustak, is back.
The Denver Nuggets can finally call themselves NBA champions.
Every Monday and Friday, I'll be joined by a top NBA writer to discuss the biggest stories in the league. And we'll do it in about 15 minutes, so you can stay up to date and keep it moving. Check out NBA Pulse with Sarah Kustak on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
New South Window Solutions. Made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This
for some people to be a good dad, even though I was mediocre at best on my side.
Did you try mailing letters to your own house?
These dad PSAs that air on these radio stations, they're full of things that if my dad ever did them, I'd be like, you are so annoying. Why are you doing this right now?
Well, commercial told me to.
Well, the one that comes to mind is there's this PSA, and you might not hear it on the station you're listening to. These PSAs are basically about how to be a good dad. Now, one would think this is a simple thing. Just be a great dad to your child by being attentive and teaching your child how to be a good person.
One of them is like, stay.
That's it.
Just don't leave.
I wanted to run so far away.
That's how desperate we are for dads to actually stay at home after a child is born. The commercial's like, please, could you please not leave? We just want you to stay around. And one of them said, here's what you're going to do to have some fun with your kids. Here's the way to be a great dad. They said, when I was young, the power went out one time, and we all were playing games together, and it was a great memory for me. He said, don't wait for a storm to kick out your power. And he just shuts off the power in the house at the breaker box. And then he goes, oh, kids, the power's out. I'd be like, Dad, you son of a bitch, turn that back on. You got 15 minutes to make that happen. I would be
You're just
so
by
pissed.
Candlelight?
Yeah, then you just hang out with candles. Like, you don't even need to. There's no reason why you're doing
sweating.
this. All of these ideas are worse than most just regular ass dad ideas. Like, just sit there and talk to your kid. Take your kid fishing. Watch a television show with your kid. Spend time talking to them. Exist in their life. Be there when they need you. Like, super easy stuff. Or on my side, just, cash out money whenever that arises as a thing, which is
Maybe you
more
should get a
frequently.
Square.
And then I might need one now. I need the Square app just to survive these days. It's not that hard. It really isn't. But it seems like for a lot of people it is. You taking notes with these commercials? C-Lane Jackson is just a little baby.
No, I haven't.
Where's that money coming from for dad commercials?
Written any letters yet? Not sure.
It might be a PSA, so it's just like from the federal government. Like, our federal government is so desperate for fathers to stick around. And now they take to this where they're just like, guys, will you please not abandon your child? Will you please not leave that woman without somebody to help grow? It's like, oh my God, maybe we need to have like a class in school. You could call it sex ed or something where we go over these things. And
Maybe.
Learned some things,
I
perhaps.
can only imagine like 60% of the dads, quote unquote dads that listen to the commercial are like, don't tell me how to parent, man. How dare you?
It would be that.
And how hard I work.
If there was a dad that like took notes, he's like, well, that's quite an idea. I'm going to do that. And like took notes and wanted to send letters from fake people to his kids to be a fake pen pal. I'm worried about that guy too. Like, what are you doing on the daily that you thought this was a good dad idea? It's just, it doesn't seem like it should be that hard, but for some people it tends to be. This is not great. Okay, we're going to get to you. You can join us here on the show. It's very easy to do. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. Church is changing pretty dramatically out there, and church has been kind of dying down. I've told you about the church that's not too far from me. Now, I will say the church in my neighborhood, we walked by it around the holidays, and it was stacked.
Nice.
Like Christmas Eve, there was a ton of people in there. I wasn't one of them.
Sense.
And New Year's Eve, I didn't know they did like a New Year's Eve thing, but New Year's Eve they had like some sort of sermon or mass or whatever, and they had a big crowd of people. Generally speaking, though, I said it seems like less and less people are going to church. I don't think. Well, I do actually think people are getting less religious, but I think more than that, there's a lot of people who are less about organized religion than they may have been in the past. And I know that there's been issues with certain churches getting much more political in the last 10 years or so, and that's turned some of the people off. There's been lots of stuff like that that's popped up. But they're trying to do things differently in DeKalb County, Georgia. And a viral church video is creating some heated debates in Atlanta. Bishop William Murphy of the Dream Center Church of Atlanta played 2 rap songs during his New Year's Eve service.
It's crazy.
They said there's the church that gets me, which was the whole point of the ministry. The video showed people dancing in church to Walk It Out by the rapper Unk and Swag Surfin' by Fast Life Youngsters.
Oh, they weren't even like Christian rap songs.
No, they were straight up rap songs. But the guy's like, first of all, the guy said, Murphy said he played the song as a reference to the book of Acts chapter 3 in the Bible. In that chapter, a lame man gets help to get up and walk. And so when he said that, he started playing Walk It Out, the song by this rapper Unk. He said, we were talking about 2024 being the best year of your life so far. And he said he played the censored version of the songs. So there wasn't any like cursing or anything here. And people were incensed. You can't play non-religious music in church. How dare you? Don't adjust with the times. And they got mad at him for doing this. He's like, look, this is how my church rolls over here. We're going to have a little fun. We're going to mix it up. We're going to stay with the times here.
We're going to walk it out.
We're going to walk it out with Unk. Do you know Walk It Out by Unk? I don't know that one.
Oh, you do.
Is that Walk It Out?
Walk It Out.
Oh, yeah, I know that one. I thought that was Soulja Boy.
Now walk it out, walk it out, walk it out.
The whole dance too. This is very high school.
Yeah, that's way better than regular church, isn't it? Much more exciting than the whole thing, especially Catholic church. Sorry to you Catholics. Whew, man.
That's both of us.
May the spirit be with you as well.
Sorry, it's just when I used to have to go to my friend's Catholic church and they do that, all the whole thing that they say.
That's not it.
Yes. Well, I mean, I didn't say it right because I don't know what it is, but it's like a whole rehearsed thing every time.
Like
God.
robots.
Yeah, I think so. But now this guy's getting some heat for playing some new songs in church and really bringing things, I think, to a more exciting level of religion. Let's do it that way. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. There is a couple that withdrew $4,000 in cash. This is another reason why cash is no good. They placed it on their counter, and they said that their dog, Cecil, the 7-year-old dog, ate all $4,000 in cash.
Oh, buddy.
It's a 7-year-old golden doodle
but
from
if
Pittsburgh.
he swallowed it whole, it's a couple wipes downs, and it's still currency, right?
It says the money had been withdraw from the couple's joint savings account. The panicked couple said they reached out to the vet to see what to do, and the vet said, just wait. It's coming out the other end. And they had to then sit there.
I would be reaching out to the U.S. Mint to find out what to do. Screw the vet.
They waited while the dog passed $4,000 in cash, and they said it smelled so bad. Oh, worth it though. Still, I guess.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. Why does your $5 smell like crap? Quick
That
question.
is horrid. Okay, we'll see what you got on your mind. Would you wait for that money? Would you let your dog pass it and still use it? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now.
Better question. If you are at the vet waiting for your dog to crap out $4,000 in cash, can you use the $4,000 to use part of that to pay the bill?
Not a bad question at all.
Vet, guess what? I know this is going to be a little expensive.
You want
We're
your
going to pay with what's in there. And then I imagine, I was like, what if like Carl ate $4,000 worth of money?
I think he would die.
Carl would be like a pinata.
Unless they're all hundreds.
Serena's dog's Carl is what, 5 pounds or something?
Yeah.
Maybe? He's tiny. He's a little handheld dog. And
But with
this
the
is
bark of 5,000 Yorkies.
a golden doodle is a pretty decent sized dog. I guess it would have to be just to gobble up that much cash.
And that's how much people pay for a golden doodle.
Yeah. They're pretty expensive. What's the most expensive? French bulldog? I think they're pretty expensive.
I don't know. I feel like
Cavaliers are expensive, I can tell you that.
Anything purebred like that, especially if you want to. So my in-laws got a dog, and the dog has been snipped. But before it was snipped, they were like, what if we bred it? And but they didn't pay for breeding rights. They actually got a deal on the dog, but they don't receive the right to breed them as purebred or something like that.
Yeah,
there was something in there, and they thought about calling them up and paying the difference, but just kind of decided against it. But yeah, when it comes to like maintaining the familial line and having that purebred status, that's when it gets really, really expensive.
Yeah, I know some of these dogs get real pricey, and then people get mad when you buy them too. I don't talk about that in public because the adopt own shop people, they get the
everyone thinks that I
out.
bought Carl because he's a Yorkie.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I swear I adopted him. I mean, look at his tail; it's still there.
We got lady from a breeder, but it's just a woman who does it at her house. It's not like some big
at her
facility.
Mansion, you mean?
No, she actually lived in a really run-down house with just.
She didn't have a website that talks about all her bitches.
No, she did actually. She did. She had a Facebook page because she's kind of a boomer lady. She was not rich at all. This may have been the only thing she did. But dogs, pricey. A lady was she was a couple bucks. We're gonna take a quick break.
How
When
many
we come
couple?
back?
How many couple?
And thousands, I bet.
You know what? I gotta
She's
pay
not
this
on
off.
this list.
I have to pay this off real quick on the most expensive dogs.
Yep. And it's
How
up
much
there.
are the other ones on there?
The top one, which I feel like I'm saying wrong, Samoyed. It looks like a wolf, all white.
Yeah.
$14,000.
Whoa. Okay, yeah, she was not that much. What's the next one down?
We got a Lochin, which it looks like all fur in the front and then completely bare in the back. That's $12,000. Your
Yeah, she
Chow
does
Chow, $11,000.
Damn.
Tibetan?
Aren't Chow Chows
Mastiff?
dicks too?
Tibetan Mastiffs.
Those are $10,000. We have
Man.
Azawak at $9,500.
Oh yeah, as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
Yeah, exactly. And a Rottweiler at $9,000. Your Eskimo dog at $8,000. Doggo Argentino, which is the dog that my mom rescued actually not too long ago, $8,000.
Who's buying a Rottweiler for $8,000?
If you saw how cute this puppy was on the website,
Insane.
you would.
No, lady was $5,000. She was $5,000. Worth every penny too. I'd have paid more. She's
sweet.
the greatest. Real
Now,
quick,
are two Eskimo dogs like? Would that be considered? Two dogs that studded the same bitch?
Okay,
No,
yeah. There
I
you
don't
go.
think that's what it is, C-Lane. How dare you? We've talked about on A&E, they're bringing them back from obscurity for some stupid reason. Casey Anthony and her parents, George Anthony and what's the wife's name? Cindy Anthony. They're both going to be on A&E for this special where they take a lie detector. And we were wondering, are they going to ask the big questions, like the real questions to George
Did
Anthony?
you touch your kid?
Right. Did you know where Kaylee was the whole time? And I saw the new clip, and I don't know if I saved this or not in my bookmarks, but in the new clip that I saw, George Anthony is sitting down there, and the guy says something to the extent of, did you know where she was? Did you know where her body was the whole time? And he's so uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
he's squirming.
He's lying. And he's like, no, I don't. And he tried to dance around it. And it's like, it's a yes or no question. And you see, and the lie detector, the polygrapher was brilliant. He was really getting in there.
So it's not like a super friendly thing to the Anthony family. They asked him the question. He's like, he's squirming around in his seat, and he's very, very uncomfortable about it. I bring this up now because that will make some news as it airs this week. In the meantime, very quickly, there's a lot of people who are super pissed off. I don't know why you would be super pissed off about this, but of all places, Best Buy has announced that they're going to get rid of a lot of the physical media that they sell at Best Buy. And when you bring me back to my teenage years and my early 20s, Best Buy was the spot. You would drive your car to Best Buy and you would go through the music section and you try to find something new, try to find something cooler. If there was like a new release you wanted to get.
We'd play the video games because we didn't have those consoles at home.
Oh, yeah. They had like the setup like where you could demo Super Nintendo or Xbox or whatever it was. It had a lot of stuff going on. It was kind of fun to go to a Best Buy, honestly, back then.
Now it's like a desert.
Yeah, now it's weird, and they got those salespeople. When you put salespeople on the floor, just a note for everybody, this is a sign that you're dying. I know this.
Because he used to be a floor person.
I used to be a floor salesperson. I worked at Circuit City.
For how long?
I worked at Circuit City for 6 months.
What'd
you know how much money I made?
How much?
None.
You didn't get a paycheck?
You didn't sell a lot of cordless phones then, did you?
You know why I didn't make any money? This is like, it's like sharecropping or something. I was sharecropped. I worked at Circuit City, and I sold not cell phones. I sold portable phones, right? Like the 900 megahertz ones you would have in your house. And they had this thing where you could see how much you had made in terms of, the sales that you got and the commission that you had on those sales. And then they told me one day, they said, Sean, just so you know, if you want to, you can forgo getting this in an actual paycheck and you can use it as a credit in the automotive department. And I said, oh, I can? And they said, yeah. And I said, well, I need like a new CD player for my car. And they go, perfect. And so instead of, I never got any money. I just got
a sweet CD player.
I got an alarm. I got a CD player.
Oh, my soul to the company store.
I got like a subwoofer thing installed in the back. I got all of these things, and I never made any actual money. Anyhow, Best Buy is still going to sell video games and some other things, but they're getting rid of the DVDs, the Blu-rays, and the CDs. I don't even know if they have those anymore. Who's buying that? Okay, quick break. When we come back, jury duty, including a police force that said, you know what? We're out of here. We quit. What happened to cause this? Wait till you hear this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us. Unless you're driving. At 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by DraftKings Fantasy Sports.
Dominican prosecutors claim Rays shortstop Wander Franco made hush money payments to the mother of an underage girl after an inappropriate relationship. Bucs wide receiver Mike Evans is going to his 5th Pro Bowl, while safety Antoine Winfield Jr. is one of the glaring snubs on the NFC roster. And ESPN's Pat McAfee's apologizing for his role in a spat between Jets QB Aaron Rodgers and late-night talk show host Jimmy Kimmel. I'm Scott Davidson.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing.
Although we're marketing at a very broad scale, it does include specific local markets, and that's the beauty of iHeart's network.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. 2024, we all have resolutions. Here's a really good one, I think. A resolution to find out about your health before anything happens. That means go to Life Imaging FLA. Early detection is the key to maintaining a healthy heart. And in 2024, make the resolution to get a scan before you have any symptoms for heart disease or for cancer, because it's a game changer if you have early detection. And that's what Life Imaging FLA does. I'm so glad that my wife and I went, and I know people that have gone and found out they had heart blockage they had no idea about. So it's a game changer. Here's what you do. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. There's a few minimum requirements, but this is like a $699 value, and it's definitely worth it. So pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan, you'll be connected in seconds. Get a scan if you can, and remember, you're going to receive an option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. It's Life Imaging FLA. Get a scan if you can.
My best dad tip, okay, one time our power went out and we couldn't watch TV or play video games or whatever, but we still had the best time pulling out flashlights and building a fort in their room, telling stories. So last week, I just turned off the main breaker and yelled, "Power's out!" I mean, why wait for a storm? Just make the fun part happen yourself. I mean, you can do it tonight.
Dads, try this idea or try something else. Just choose to be a father first today.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Attention, our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's MUSIC to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. Text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
Monster Jam. As big as it gets. Coming to Camping World Stadium March 2nd. Brought to you by BKT Tires, Great Clips, Circle K, and your local Ford dealer. You have to see it live, so don't miss it. Lock in your seats today at monsterjam.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you right now, like 70s Rock Ride, a commercial-free station featuring the best in 70s rock. Just search 70s Rock Ride and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Free never sounded so good.
There's no better time than the new year to help protect your identity and finances. LifeLock detects potential threats to your identity that you may miss on your own. If you do become a victim, a U.S.-based LifeLock restoration specialist will work to fix it. LifeLock is the New Year's resolution that's easy to keep. Save 25% off your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock or go to lifelock.com. Promo code CLAY to save 25%. That's lifelock.com, promo code CLAY.
We've all felt the impact of rising food prices. For families in poverty, they're facing malnutrition and even death. You can feed a family for a month with your $50 donation to Compassion International. Just text the word radio to 97646.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This.
Court Plus, these police officers just resigned right in the middle of some board hearing. We'll talk about that, too. Real quick, they got to get better at this. They really do. They're going to lose so many people. I don't know if you guys have seen, but I guess Severance released another, like a teaser trailer for the new season.
Ooh, how long has it been? Years?
I know.
I have to rewatch the other one.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, I liked that show. I liked, I think it was on Apple Plus, Severance. The first season I enjoyed. And now so much time has passed. I have no idea who the characters were.
I rewatched it recently. It was before the holiday break, but I just, I had some time and I was like,
hey, but
need
that's
something to watch.
Kind of a smart move, though. You're then forcing people, not forcing, but likely going to rewatch it. It means you have a lot more eyes on it. I don't know how the numbers work for them, but I imagine if people are having your first season trend, that could only be good news for you.
I think the problem is there's going to be some people who go, I would watch the second season. This is where I'm coming from. And I'm maybe not as likely to do it because it requires me to go either watch some YouTube compilation of all the things that I forgot or rewatch it like C-Lane did. And when shows wait that long, I'm like, what are you doing? Why did it take so long? Now, what has it been, 2 years or something? It's been a long time since the first season of Severance came out.
I don't know. Let's see. Check the old IMDb.
At least a year and a half, I would say, unless maybe just time is screwing with me.
2022.
Okay, so it's probably not 2 full years, unless it came out in January of 2022. That's a long time. You forget things, especially very complicated things like that. That's what I'm worried about with Silo. I love Silo so much, but it's super complicated. And if season 2 comes out, I'm not going to remember all the stuff that happened on the first one.
Yeah, but you watch it and you get excited again. I mean, that's the same thing that's going to happen with The Last of Us. I just rewatched the first season, and I know in 2025 when the second season come out, I'm going to have to watch it. But I'm also going to play the new remaster that's coming out in like 9 days.
Is that what they said? 2025 for the next season of that show?
That's the rumor.
Boo.
Yeah, tell me about it.
The first season of Severance ran from February 18th of 2022, and the last episode dropped on the 8th of April.
Yeah, that's just so long. I can remember that stuff. When that much time passes,
and since then, there has been like a really, really quick tease about Severance that was like a post-credit scene at the end of one of the Apple events, but I wouldn't even call it a scene because almost nothing happened.
So short that you know that they hadn't actually finished anything. That's like when they're showing the previews for this new Lion King movie, and it's called, I think it's Mufasa, and in the preview, it's just Mufasa, the dad lion, and he's on the edge of a cliff. And the wind is just, should really get away from there. And the wind is just blowing his lion mane around. And that's all that's happening. And you go, you sons of bitches, you didn't make any of this movie yet. You're just putting out one little thing here so we can go, this is going to happen in 2099.
I'm surprised that did not come out already. And we have not heard the origin story of Mufasa yet.
Yeah, they should have worked that in a lot earlier because obviously The Lion King was huge. I don't know if it's holding up as well as it used to.
Makes me cry every time.
It's a good movie. I don't cry as much as I just really enjoyed when I was a kid. Timon and Pumbaa. They were
funny.
my jam. They were
really
good.
funny.
Before we get into jury duty here, let's talk about something. Actually, we can put this in jury duty. Why not? Let's slam it in there. Let's do this. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
All right, I slammed it in there. We'll get to that in a moment. This is a weird one. We want to tell you that jury duty is brought to you by one and only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MOE, or go to justcallmo.com. Lots of attorneys out there, but the choice of Moses is always a good one. So many of you come back to me and say, it was the smartest decision I ever made. It took so much shorter than I thought it was going to be. It's a couple of months, and then all of a sudden, here I am with a big check, and I didn't settle. So many people go to Moses, and they go, they offered me this, and then he goes, oh, no, hang on. And then they have a real negotiation with the insurance companies. You can add a couple zeros to what you start with sometimes. And that's why 866-CALL-MO is the number you need to remember after an accident, slip and fall, injured at work, any of that good stuff. Over to Cher. Now, I think the last time we talked about Cher on the show, it may have been in the next episode where she was like rescuing her son who was addicted to drugs or something.
But that son was also accusing her of hiring kidnappers.
Yes, because the way they said she did it was straight up like a kidnapping. That's what they did. She was worried about her son so much that she essentially kidnapped him and brought him into some Mexican rehab. And that's where she was going to try to get him help. But now we've got updates on this, and it's getting more weird. Cher's son is Elijah Blue Allman, as in the Allman Brothers, and he's filed to withdraw divorce action from his wife, Mary Angela Queenie is her nickname, Queenie King, after mom forced him into Mexican rehab. They said the wife of Cher's drug addict son risked her own life to get him back to the United States after the pop icon sent him to a Mexican rehab center. And now Elijah Blue Allman and his wife, Mary Angela Queenie King, are asking a judge to throw out their divorce, which would allow her to decide on his treatment moving forward. The move is the latest in the increasingly bitter battle between the Oscar, Grammy, and Emmy winner, just one away from that EGOT, and her daughter-in-law that's been simmering for years. So I think that Cher thinks this Queenie lady, is enabling his son, who's a drug addict, and she's trying to get the son some help, but couldn't get it. Ended up like basically kidnapping him, putting him in a Mexican rehab, and she got this Queenie lady, got him out of the rehab, and now is trying to take control of things here. Lots of drama in the world of Cher. Good God.
The only thing I want to know this whole time is like, what makes the Mexican rehab different than other
I'm
rehab?
picturing it as more hardcore.
Think?
Push-ups and stuff.
No, like they don't have all. We're a bunch of pussies in America now. There's too many rules. You bring somebody. You bring somebody to like what do they call
celebrity rehabs?
No,
seems like more like a spa.
What do they call like the youth facilities where it's like scared straight kind of places for kids?
Conversion camps.
No, not a conversion camp. They don't talk about any of the gay stuff.
Like
Scare them straight though.
Eckerd camp, like the where it is kids that.
It's like a juvenile correctional facility kind of place, and you bring them there. My brother went to one for a while, and
did he have to live outdoors?
No, he lived in like barracks, like he was in the military or something. And he went there, and they had him get in shape, and like they're doing push-ups, and they're waking up and going for runs, and you can't talk back and do all that. They snap you into shape there. It's like joining the military changes you. Have you ever met somebody and you were friends with them for a while, and then they join the military and you talk to them afterwards? It changes you as a person. You become much more disciplined, and a lot of times it helps to get people on the right track. Sometimes it doesn't, but sometimes it does. And I think in Mexico, they could still go old school like that. You know, they might be able to hit you on the knuckles with a ruler and do the extra stuff that you're not allowed to do because of all the laws here in the United States of America. Speaking of laws, they're usually enforced by police, sometimes at least. And in Wisconsin, Big Bend, Wisconsin, home to, you'll never guess it, home to Gypsy Rose Blanchard's ex-boyfriend who killed her mother. That is what Big Bend, Wisconsin is known for at the moment. And they have a village board that's been trying to eliminate the police department over and over. They said one of the people involved, a devastated police chief, died by suicide as of late. And the police force in the middle of this meeting they were having stood up and half of them quit. And they said, we're out of here. We're done with this. It's kind of in question whether or not they even have cops there anymore. They say they do. They say the police office is still open. You can still call 911. You can still do all of that stuff. Nothing to worry about.
Maybe that boyfriend will get out of prison then if there's just no police officers around.
I feel like he's in more of a federal situation, you know, on account of the stabbing 14, 15, 16 times the mom of old Gypsy Rose, who I heard, I don't know if this is true, I heard she's got like millions and millions of followers already. Like she's already influencer, basically.
She's having a time, especially with
TikTok.
that sexy X-rated commenting on husband's IG.
She's really into him. I wish the best to both of them. I hope everything works out.
What do you think comes first? Cameo or OnlyFans?
Oh, my God.
She has 6.4 million followers.
She would.
Does she really?
Bank on OnlyFans.
Would she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some weirdos in there.
Yeah. What
Or
are
just
those
to chat
people?
with her.
So you think there's people, and this is not crazy. I'm not phrasing it like it's crazy, but you think there's people who watch her and are sexually attracted to Gypsy Rose Blanchard?
The idea of her, like maybe not. I mean, if you just saw her walking down the street, perhaps, or rolling, depending on what year. But because of what she was involved in and her notoriety now,
right?
I could see people fiddling their flesh flute to that.
Well, the reason why I'm saying it's not that crazy is because every single serial killer we've ever had on the show, in terms of stories that we've talked about, there's always a group of people who are totally into having sex with them.
We got to catch up with that gal.
Oh, the crazy
psycho.
lady?
Mm-hmm.
We can get the
Wonder
psychopath
what she's
back
up to,
on.
how her new year went.
You guys want to talk to her next week?
Yeah,
see
let's
what's
do
going
that.
on in her world. Okay, we can catch up with her. I'll shout her out and see what's going on. I'm sure it's as weird as it always has been. Okay, quick break. When we come back, we'll get to a couple of dispatches. Plus, remember the woman who flashed her breast singular during the Sugar Bowl on ESPN?
Mm-hmm.
They apologized for it. There's an update with her. I did not expect there to be an update, but we've got one on the One Boob Bandit. We'll see what it is. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your 30 seconds of airtime awaits. The Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Still have some road blockage with FHP on the scene in Orange County, Sand Lake Road. This is westbound right after John Young Parkway at Kings Point Road. A couple of lanes blocked there, so definitely going to be causing some slowdowns. Also, Roslyn Avenue northbound before Washington Street has some road blockage there. And we're also noticing some disabled vehicles now on the turnpike. One southbound after Canoe Creek Plaza, the shoulder block there. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
Don't miss the boat, my friends. Compare your quote today because it's a new year. And that mortgage guy, Don, president of Happy Home Mortgage Brokerage and host of the Home Loans Radio Show, he is here for you and has been there for many people, so much so that he has over 250 five-star Google reviews and 1,100 reviews at Experience.com. So it's very safe to say that Don knows what he's doing. And I can say with full confidence that he's looking out for you. He has your best interest in mind. He's going to treat you like an actual human and not a number like all the other mortgage companies would. Now, chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table. So let that mortgage guy, Don, help you get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. Start the process today by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com. Hit the compare button, and Don will review your quote today. If you want to see a difference, apply now and get a quote, or get a free analysis of your existing quote. Plain and simple. No spam, no hassle, just peace of mind.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
You're all set with your Medicare prescriptions, Mrs. Brown.
This is not just low-cost copays at Walgreens.
I can actually help you set up 90-day refills if you want.
This is having a partner you can trust. Get low-cost copays, 90-day refills, and delivery from your neighborhood Walgreens. This is being independent. Together. Walgreens.
Restrictions apply. For details, see walgreens.com/pharmacy.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger. Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, you, with the shopping cart. It's us, Leafy Greens.
Leafy what?
Greens. Delicious, locally grown leafy green vegetables. I'm Romaine. This is arugula. Hello. Spinach.
Ahoy.
Escarole and endive.
Bonjour.
Right. I put you guys on my sandwiches.
Oh, we're more than just a sandwich layer.
We add crunch to your salads.
Flavor to soups. And a little je ne sais quoi to your dishes.
That is, if you let us. For meals with personality, look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop.
Being a great dad doesn't require some fat wallet. I realized a simple stopwatch could make my kid's day better. I turned everything into a speed competition. Just time everything. How fast can they make their bed? How quickly can they fold 10 shirts? The weirder, the better. I once timed who could hug me the longest. They'll be excited if you're excited. Trust me.
Pull out a stopwatch or try something else. Just choose to be a father first today.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
Appreciate it. We couldn't do it without you, in fact. And if you miss any of the show today, you can always go back and subscribe to the podcast. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. And all the links for iHeartRadio and anywhere else where you might want to listen to the podcast are right there. The show's posted in full after we wrap up each and every day. But just thank you for being you. That much is appreciated.
You're a rock star.
We announced yesterday that the new Just Okay 8 is going to be going down on, March 16th, I believe. And it's going to be a huge St. Patrick's Day bash. You're talking to your microphone backwards for the first time. I've never seen that. I've never seen that tried. That's a very, very interesting.
That's a good one, Sean.
Is that how we're going to do things today? Hello, everybody. He's talking into the wrong side of the microphone.
Look, for sure.
It doesn't. You know what? It works just as I would anticipate. That's about how functional it is.
I was going for a background character.
Also, the back of the microphone is so much cleaner than the front.
It is going down March 16th. Just
Put the curtain
okay.
back
8.
down there for you.
You don't want to miss out on this. It's going to be an absolute blast. It's going to be a huge St. Patrick's Day blowout, and we're locking everything in so we can start telling you what's going to be going down. But keep that date free for us, and there'll be tickets available before you know it. Meanwhile, sometimes people pop up on the show, and then I go, well, that's the last time myself, Sabrina, and Sealand are ever going to hear about that person, because we've done it all. We've talked about it, and now they're on with their lives.
Sometimes we think about them. You know, they pop in our head years later, whatever happened to them.
You'd be like, oh, what happened to that lady who during the Sugar Bowl popped out one boob on in Bourbon Street?
And now, mind you, I revisited the clip of the tea, and she doesn't seem aware that the camera is headed her way. She was flashing the boob for someone in a balcony.
On the balcony.
Yeah. I hope she received the beads that she deserved.
In fact, it was amazing she could get a boob out at all, because she had so much stuff in her hands, and I think her head was kind of covered.
Very quick flip.
She flipped it up from the bottom, and the boob pops out, and then it's on ESPN. And ESPN says, oh, my God, we are so sorry that this happened. We can't believe we did this. And now she's got an offer for $100,000 from Cam Soda.
Nice.
The Cam site. If she wants to do a deal with them, they'll pay her $10,000 or $100,000 to perform a 1-hour webcam show.
Just showing one boob? That Ladies, Cam Soda guy is the new Bunny Ranch.
Oh, is he really?
Yes.
I don't know them.
Cam Soda, the CEO or whatever, the representative, like anytime something in the news along these lines comes out, he wants to offer that person $100,000 for a webcam show.
Is he an old dude, young dude?
I don't even know what his face looks like. It's just always in the news. And then Bunny Ranch, for those of you that didn't listen to the show 10 years ago, we were part of the newsletter. And essentially, what was the guy's name?
Oh, damn it.
He died. Steve?
Yeah. No, he did. I'll bring it up. Hang on.
And it didn't matter if it was about a terrorist attack in Europe or
Dennis Hoff.
Dennis, yeah, that's right. Dennis Hoff.
Or something to do with like a recall on lettuce wraps. He would have some sort of tie into the Bunny Ranch and available for interviews if you want Dennis's take.
Yeah, it'd be like there was an attack in Afghanistan, and Dennis Hoff says the ladies of the Bunny Ranch are going to drop some real bombs on veterans with the Veterans Afghanistan discount, 25% off your HJs at the Bunny Ranch.
There would be some sort of controversy where some corporation was accused of something anti-Semitic, and then anti-Semitic, and then Dennis Hoff would email everybody like, all of the Jews are welcome at the Bunny Ranch.
He really would do that as a strategy. In this case, what it shows you is one of the greatest things to be born as in the United States of America or on planet Earth.
Rich white man.
A hot woman, a beautiful woman. If you're a beautiful woman, you have sometimes an incredibly easy path. Don't get triggered out on me here, folks. Just follow me through. Sometimes you just have to exist. Like, who was it? Pamela Anderson. Pamela Anderson got famous just for existing at a football game. Like, she was at a football game. People were like, oh, my God, this woman is beautiful. And they put the camera on her a bunch of times at the football game, and they keep following along, and they're like, who is this lady? And then next thing you know, Pamela Anderson, Baywatch, the porn with Tommy Lee.
Comes
all
with
of
a
these
cost, dude. Did you watch her documentary?
Who
had a
would
very
take
tough life.
Who would take that trade-off rather than just being obscure and poor? I think everybody's going to take that offer if they can. If you could be a lady just walking down Bourbon Street, pop out a boob and get a $100,000 offer, man.
She got the $100,000 not for the boob, but the fact that it hit ESPN.
Yeah, of course. But why did
in that case, I'm going to flash every camera that I see.
You're only one flash away from it. That's pretty astounding. You're only one flash away from, if you get a boob on ESPN, you could get an offer for $100,000.
The only thing you have to do to do more than what she did is show both boobs.
All right. Yeah. Then there would be a $200,000 offer. BDMX Con on Twitch says, thank you, Sean, for calling out the female supremacy. Somebody had to say it.
Yeah.
I'm the only one brave enough to do it around here.
Oh, for sure. What a hero.
What a life you... And I'm not talking about just women, because just women in general don't have it easier than anybody else, but beautiful people, and beautiful women in particular. it's like you could be so dumb, you could offer like zero to the world, and then you just get stuff thrown at you. It's one of those things where I just don't understand it. It's like another thing that frustrates me a lot is when you look at the people who get the most free stuff, it's always people who are insanely rich, and then everything is free for them. And
you got to do the work, man. I get free stuff all the time, and I am not insanely rich. As a matter of fact, after this holiday season, the opposite.
You're not getting the free stuff I'm talking about. You're not getting like box seats at every concert you would want to go to, or like you go to the Grammys, and you know when we talk about those gift bags that they have, the swag bags at these award shows, and it's like 2 weeks in Aspen and a $200,000 vacation route. It's insane, the stuff that all the rich, beautiful people get. What a life, man. I'll take that, even if it comes with some troubles. Please let me have that.
But if you get that, you can't talk crap about it anymore. If all of a sudden you start getting the gifts that a beautiful rich person would get, and then you have to start talking highly of beautiful and rich people.
No, I would
feel
still
like there's
talk,
one of those things you're kind of close to.
I would still talk
beautiful.
down about how dare you?
Cutie pie.
That was the most backhanded thing you've said in a very long time on the show. I'm saying the most attractive people have it the easiest. You require the least out of them. Society requires the absolute least out of the most beautiful people among us. You're like, oh yeah, she's really dumb, or he's really dumb, and like really obnoxious, by the way. Yeah, but really good looking. So we'll put up with it. We'll let this happen. You get the best jobs. You get the best everything. Oh man, what a life. Flop out a boob on ESPN, folks. It's a good plan for you, I think. Let's try these out. Let's see what dispatches have to offer for us. We've got Mojo joining us. You could be just like Mojo. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Record your dispatch right now. Tammy on YouTube says, Sean, I will pay you $5 to not show that. $5 to not show something? I can make money that way, too. I'd be fine with that.
Boob?
Yeah. I mean, or if you can offer me $100,000, I'll show something, or $5 not to, and then there has to be enough of you to get to $100,000. Either way, I get the six figures. That's what I'm looking for. Here's Mojo talking about cash.
Okay, so talking about cash, I saw a post on Facebook about how $5 cash is always going to be worth $5 cash.
Sure.
So if you pay $5 cash to your lawn guy, then he can turn around and pay $5 cash at the grocery store, and then the grocery store uses that as change, and it remains $5, and it remains worth $5.
Right.
If you pay $5 using a credit card, then the credit cards companies take whatever percentage of they take of that $5, so eventually it's not worth $5 anymore. So
I understand what she's saying. She's saying there's fees associated with utilizing debit or credit, and that's absolutely true. And that is actually an issue, especially for small businesses. They get drilled with that. I guess Tammy wasn't talking about me. She was talking about another Sean in chat, but I'll still take the $5 offer not to show something. Naomi says, looks aren't everything if the inside is hollow. You say that, but it's not actually true, because you might be talking about like in a long-term affair or relationship. But in the very, very immediate short term, if you're just smoking hot and you walk into a room, nobody cares what you are like on the inside. Nobody cares what, your opinions on things are, or what skills you have, or what you have to offer to the world, or what your morals are. Nobody cares about any of that. They're just like,
sucks, man. I mean,
that's how it is, though.
Right. But it's just like a little part of me feels some sympathy. Like maybe you do have a lot to bring to the world. Maybe you could be saving the world on some sort of level, but no one could see past what your looks are.
No, I don't think
lonely.
No.
Depressing.
That's not how it works at all. Because I'm saying you go in, and if you're hot, it doesn't take anything, because just your looks immediately win some points, right?
Like that, we're all being called ugly right now.
Why? I am calling everybody ugly?
I feel ugly right now, and I don't know if it's like because of we don't know what it's like to be hot. I feel like there's a moment in time in which you thought that you were confident in your physical appearance, right, Sean? You had a lot of those mirror selfies.
Wow.
No, I'm not saying a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think
I don't know what you're saying.
I just like now as we move forward and get into this discussion, I just like wonder like we'll never know what it's like to be in that position, to be that hot.
I mean, I won't know what it's like to be Pamela Anderson.
No,
unfortunately.
Okay. And I'm not just talking about somebody who's like a little bit attractive. I'm talking about a person who's like a stunner, like somebody who's obviously one of the absolutely top tier beautiful people on the planet. And I don't feel sorry for those people at all. I feel like if you bring nothing and you just walk into a room, people already are like, wow, that person's hot. And if you are smart on top of that, they're like, damn. Oh. They're smart and beautiful. Or if you're like skilled and you can act and I see some of these people and half the time I want to be pissed off by them and then they win me over sometimes. I told you about damn Timothée Chalamet. I look at that guy and I'm like, God damn it.
I find him attractive.
The hell? He's a good looking guy. A lot of women are into him. He's a good looking guy. And then you watch him do his work and you're like, damn it, I wanted you to suck at this. I wanted you to suck so that life would be a little bit easier. What?
It just the way that the sentence came off, I thought it was going to go another direction. Did you end up watching Wonka?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
I think a lot of people did not like it. I never saw it. Did you like it?
I haven't seen it yet.
You mean the new one?
Yeah.
No, it's fantastic. Yeah.
Is it because you love Timothy?
I think he's a talented guy.
How was Hugh Grant in it?
Hugh Grant was really good. I'm pissed off that he did those interviews saying that he hated everything about it and he like crapped on the movie the whole time because I thought he was good. He did a great job. I thought it was all the acting was really good in that movie. If you know what you're getting into, I said I felt stupid because I literally had no idea until I watched the movie that it was a musical. I went in and bought the ticket, sat down, and I was like, okay, I guess it's a musical.
That's what they're saying about the new Mean Girls. A lot of people are surprised that it's a musical. And I'm like, did you watch the trailer? It's based on the Broadway show, Mean Girls, the musical.
Right, but they've done this with the advertising to try to trick people a little bit. For instance, The Color Purple that's out now.
Musical?
Yes, it's a musical. And the way that they show it in the trailer, it just looks like it's a story about these two sisters and, on and on and on. But then you get in the theater and you're a son of a bitch. This is a musical that I've been forced into here.
And I'm singing along.
Sing it along, and then everybody gets surprised by it. But no, I thought that was very, very good. Anyhow, beautiful people have it really easy. That's the greatest privilege of all. I stand by it. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll see if I get any offers for $100,000. I'll go
Show
on
that
Cam.
boob, man. Show it right
Cam
now before the break.
I'm not showing any boobs. Nobody wants to see that. Thank of God.
I'll show mine right now. Ready?
No, don't. We're going to get hit with a...
No, the entire afternoon show is like in front of me in a window. Could you imagine trying to explain that? No, thank you.
It would make for some real awkward interactions moving forward, I think. Okay, a CEO at one of these big companies, a company you've heard of, you may even have given them your money, sent an email that is sending shockwaves around the world today. What was in this email? We'll get to that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
So until they ban it, you can still find us here at Real Radio 104.1 on TikTok, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Get those lanes open back up now on Sand Lake Road westbound after John Young Parkway at Kings Point Road. Still some slowdowns in that area, though, and just about wrapping up an earlier crash in Orlando, North Roslyn Avenue, northbound before Washington Street. And a disabled vehicle blocking the right shoulder on 417 northbound before Lake Jessup Toll Plaza. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org.
Scottish Highland Games are for everyone. Why? Athletics, bagpipes, rock and Celtic bands, dancing, food, Scottish beer. Did I say beer? Shopping, games for the wee ones, and border collies. The Central Florida Scottish Highland Games, January 13th and 14th, Central Winds Park in Winter Springs, FLAscott.com. Scottish Highland Games are for you.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Yo, it's Angel from the Monsters. You want a big green egg? For the lowest prices anywhere, you got to go to my friends, Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up your big green egg so that you are cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to wassiesmeatmarket.com for your big green egg today.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Men, are you suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE? The medical providers at Premier Men's Medical Center offer breakthrough treatments that eliminate problems in the bedroom without pain or surgery. 98% of men see instant results on their first office visit. Listen to a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Premier Men's Medical Center offers breakthrough medical treatments that eliminate ED and PE. Men are even lasting 90 minutes or longer, regardless of age or medical history.
But that's not all. For a limited time only, call Premier Men's Medical Center now, and your initial consultation and first treatment are completely free. You'll see instant results right in the office. You'll even get a gift that enhances your performance in the bedroom. All this, worth hundreds of dollars, is free if you call now. 407-723-7135. 407-723-7135. That's 407-723-7135.
Are you ready for a clearer tomorrow? You know, for a limited time, the Filatowski Eye Institute is offering free LASIK consultations with one of their expert counselors. Take that first step toward better vision in 2024 by texting 1041 to 868686 to schedule your free LASIK consultation today. You know, their surgeons have performed over 65,000 LASIK procedures, and they only use the latest state-of-the-art LASIK technology. Need financing? Well, here's some good news. They offer 24-month interest-free financing to qualified patients. And here's even more good news. You can use your Flex spending account for LASIK as well. Free yourself from glasses or contacts in 2024. Simply text 1041 to 868686 today and schedule your free LASIK consultation at the Filatowski Eye Institute. Start 2024 off with a bang with crystal clear vision, courtesy of the Filatowski Eye Institute.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You made it through the holidays. Now it's time to figure out if that constant sniffle is a cold or allergies. Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help. I know, you're busy. Who has time to get an allergy test and go in for weekly allergy shots? At Aspire, we make it easy by providing same-day results and a treatment plan tailored just for you. Forget the over-the-counter meds. Aspire has solutions that actually work, so you can say goodbye to allergies for good. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like 70s Rock Ride, Pink Floyd, Eagles, Van Halen, Tom Petty, Zeppelin, and more. Try something new for 2024. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search 70s Rock Ride, and listen now. iHeartRadio, free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio. No payments for 3 months with approved credit? Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening to
DJ from Palm Bay emails, and DJ says, if you're female and born with green eyes and slim things, I don't know what slim things means.
Slim
but
things.
Got them slim things. What was the thing from earlier? Your boobs hanging?
Boobs are hanging.
Your boobs are hanging. Born with those slim things, you'll never have to take a crappy job because there will always be men willing to support you, he says. From the day you're born, you'll be praised and favored for your beauty just for winning the DNA lottery. From a young age, other girls are desperate to be your friend, and boys are desperate to do things for you so they'll have an inside track to you. Every job interview starts with you favorably, just with a smile, and you have to work at it to lose the offer.
And I'm sorry, who's this from?
DJ in Palm Bay. He says, your good looks open doors everybody else needs to use skills or work to open. It works for guys, too. He said, I just watched Saltburn last night. Now, I have not seen this.
Wait to see that.
But I've heard a bunch about Saltburn, and I've heard that it's very good. That's all I know about it. I don't even know about the plot. I just know it's supposed to be good.
Does it star Salt Bay?
It does not.
I don't think so. He said, I just watched Saltburn last night, and every movie critic says of its star, Jacob Elordi.
Very hot.
Quote, he moves through life like a cool breeze, knowing everything he wants will come to him. Betting hot women with merely a look. He's like a Greek statue come to life. Another quote, he's a magnet.
Really is.
He's a magnet for men to want to be him and for hot women to want to be with him. There's a bar scene where he merely walks up to a woman chatting with her date at the table, looks at her with bedroom eyes, and she immediately gets up and goes off with him. This happened to me too, says DJ in Palm Bay. There you go. Yeah. Thank you for the email. Always appreciate that. You can email me at any time. If you want to be anonymous, make sure you put that on the top of the email somewhere because I've been known to screw that up from time to time. This is getting more crazier by the moment, but this is real. I got an update on our Stanley Cup situation.
Okay.
And now these are the ones that people are after, I guess. It's these pink Stanley Starbucks
you have it up?
cups. Yeah, I got it up in front of me here. And
that is so giant.
It's big, right? It's like a huge cup. And this particular girl who filmed this, I'll mute it in case there's any cursing or whatever. She waited. This is her waiting in front of the Target where they had this at 4 a.m.
God.
There's other people there
Just order
in chairs.
it online.
Waiting at 4 a.m. and just sitting there in the cold outside, waiting for the place to open so they can go get their Stanley Cup that they're so desired. They're filming through the door as they're stocking them.
Very angry.
Isn't it weird?
Yes, it's very weird. It's a damn cup. I can understand. I mean, I even would never stay in line to get, I don't know, an iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
But this is for a cup?
Yeah, this is for a cup.
Look at the line.
Look at so, there's a huge line of people outside this Target.
Dumb. That's so dumb.
Ready to go in and get the limited Stanley Cups they have. Now, the thing is, like, I wouldn't even say Stanley Cups are bad or anything. Obviously, they're really good. But most people that I see with them, they go, I like this one. I'm going to buy it. They wouldn't wait in a parking lot at 4 a.m. to go inside and pay, right? You're not getting it for free. They're going inside. Look, everybody's grabbing as fast as they can. They're trying to get one. What are the Starbucks Stanley Cups? And they'll last like 3 seconds.
Were they waiting outside of Starbucks too? Because you would think that this is a like a not just a Target thing because it's a Starbucks collab.
Well, Starbucks, they exist inside a Target a lot of times. So it may be that they have one inside this place.
Oh, my God. This is the world we live in, man.
I don't necessarily get it, but there you go. She was able to get hers and purchase them. And I think they're like $60 or something. It's
But
like,
if you get, is it the type of cup that if you get a knockoff Stanley Cup, the Stanley Cuppers are going to know it immediately?
I don't know. I know that
like
they're
your standard cup with a damn handle.
Yes, yeah, they're popular, and there's a bunch of other things like that are starting to get popular. What are the wine ones called? Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Like
They're
tumblers?
Yeah, it's like a little tumbler, but it's just for wine. They like market themselves as being for wine. It's got a rounded bottom on it, and they're about this big.
Yeah. We got one for a company party not too long ago.
Oh, did we?
I took yours.
Thank you.
No problem.
I don't drink wine anyways. But there's a brand of those that are popping off just like the Stanley thing. Maybe not as big. But
we have a couple of those that are Buc-ee's.
And if you have a young kid, you know what one you'll know of? Oh, man, it is bigger than almost anything right now.
Paw Patrol cup.
Loungefly. Loungefly is so huge right now. They make those little backpacks, and they have brand deals with every IP you can think of. So you go to Disney, they got Loungefly bags. And you go to Universal, and they got Loungefly bags. And all the young girls want to wear them. And they're really well made. And they're like $50 a pop or so.
The Muppets one is dope.
They have a lot of them. Like
I
everyone,
would definitely get that one.
From Muppets to Despicable Me to Batman to Spider-Man to anything you could think of, they have one of those Loungefly bags for them. And it's gotten to the point where if you brought your little kid to the store and you were like, oh, look, here's one of those backpacks, and it wasn't Loungefly, your little kid would be like, what? No, this is pathetic. What is this knockoff here? They're absolutely addicted to the brand. Maybe some of that's happening with Stanley. I don't know. It's just amazing to see the amount of people who are willing to do this stuff.
Now I want one, but like just as a gift or something. Maybe find it down the road. I would be dead. Something's wrong with me if you ever see me lining up to get a damn cup.
Or if you see these, should we be buying them and like putting them away because they're going to be worth money at some point? Like,
I don't think they're going to be worth money at some point. I think maybe they might be worth money, like automatically, like right away,
right off the bat, when somebody can't buy them.
Instant resell, but not long term.
Courtney said the other day she was hungry. She goes, "I want to get one of these adult kids meals at McDonald's." And I said, okay. So I got something. This was like a week or two ago. And she got something. And the adult kids meals, they come with toys, just the same.
I did not know they had that.
They work
adult
with
toys?
Yeah, they work with like designers. And they do crossovers, kind of like the Starbucks and Target thing. And the new one that they have is these little chicken nugget people. And when she got it, she's like, oh, this thing is so cute. And you can like mix and match them with other ones when you get them. She goes, should I even open it or should I keep this? It would be worth money down the road.
So cute.
I was like, if it's in a Happy Meal, it's never going to be worth money. I told you guys about that guy I knew growing up. He was my friend's father, and he had a collection of every single toy since the 1980s that was in a Happy Meal. Every time he would go out and he would get every single one of them, and he had them all in like the bags. And even then I knew these aren't worth anything.
Not anything at all.
This is stupid.
But what happened? He died, and then his kids were like, what the hell are we going to do with this?
Like the Beanie Babies were a better option. That was a better investment.
I give my McDonald's collected toys. Use this to pay for my grandchildren's college. No, you cannot.
All right, an email that is shaking the world today. You guys might be familiar with the company. The CEO of this company sent out this email. Wayfair is the company.
Oh, yeah. They had the, what was it, the closet with the kids inside?
Yeah, they sold some furniture, allegedly had some little kids inside of it. I don't know if that's actually a thing, but there was a thing that people said was
I
happening.
caught so much heat from my wife for continuing to make jokes about children in Wayfair packages. She's like, nobody gets that joke. The story is so old, nobody gets it. And I just kept going. Anytime I heard somebody say they ordered something on a Wayfair, I'd be like, you get some kids with that?
To the point where it doesn't make any sense to them at all.
And then I stopped doing it for a while. And then over the holiday break, somebody mentioned Wayfair, and I'm like,
bring it back. Here we go. The hot topic in the workplace after the pandemic has been whether or not employees should be going back to the office. Many would prefer to stay home, and company's chief executive has been attacked for taking this way overboard, they say, for sending a memo to his workers demanding they work longer hours, sacrifice their personal lives, and forget the quote-unquote laughable belief that they should be allowed to finish the day on time.
That's what he said?
Yeah, he said a lot of stuff.
Man.
Niraj Shah is the guy's name. Niraj Shah, S-H-A-H.
Niraj sucks.
He told his 15,000 workers they should be prepared to work longer hours and to let work bleed into their personal lives for the sake of the company's success and their career advancement. Working long hours, being responsive, blending work and life is not anything to shy away from, he said. There is not a lot of history of laziness being rewarded with success.
Is he compensating these people for letting their work life blend into their personal life?
Probably not.
Because
laughing in their face.
I know that there's been some lawyer campaigns. I think John Morgan did a whole campaign once where he was like, "Hey, if you're being forced to answer emails and you're not getting compensation for that, you know, you call your boy."
Yeah, that was a thing for a while. There's a bunch of attorneys that were going after that, I think.
Big Boss Tom said the opposite today during the meeting.
He said work less?
No, he said you have personal lives, and there's balance to that. And if, that's very important to me because that's how I try to live my life as well.
He's speaking to the Gen Zers. That's what he's trying to do.
There was zero Gen Zers there. I think it was like the youngest person next
you
to Ray
young
from Johnny's house.
millennials. You young millennials who just can't put in the extra work. You got to clock out exactly on time. Talk about work-life balance and all this stuff.
Oh, Sean, it's almost 5. You have to take your nappy.
I don't take a nap at 5. I'm pushing through. I'm still doing something. I got to work today.
I want to take
stuff
a nap
going
at
on.
5.
You can. You have a baby. You have no excuse. I mean,
I could nap with the baby.
Yeah, nap with that baby.
You can't nap with a baby. You're not allowed to do that, are you?
Yes, you are.
No, what if you roll over on the baby?
You put the baby in it's a baby hamster ball essentially, and then it's fine. And if it happens to fall on the ground, it kind of just bounces back and rolls elsewhere.
Well, I don't have the hamster ball yet, but
you can't put it in the snoo thing because when you go to sleep for your nap, you're gonna put the baby through hell and then some. As old Jackson's rocking around on that thing. Not a good time. Anyhow, here's more of his email. He said, working long hours, being responsive, blending work and life is not anything to shy away from. There is not a lot of history of laziness being rewarded with success. Hard work is an essential ingredient in any recipe for success. I embrace this, and the most successful people I know do as well. So here's the thing about a guy who says something like this, right? I think the truth is a cross between this and kind of where Sabrina is coming from. I think if you want to be like, you pay me to do X, so I am going to do X and not a drop more. I think that's fair. I think it's fair to say that that's the way you want to approach things. And I think if he wants to talk to somebody who's like on the lower rung of the company and they're not making any money at all while he's got $600,000 a year just for his security apparatus because he has security that goes around with him to keep him safe.
Jesus.
$600,000 just for his security. You kind of seem out of touch if you're talking to the people on the bottom rung and you're like, bleed for the company, bleed for the company. You're like,
laughable that you think you have a personal life.
Well, if you're like upper management and you're making a whole bunch of money, I think it's fair that they would go, we expect you to put a lot in. We expect a lot out of you.
Sure.
This is a high performing position. And if you wanted to say that to somebody who's making...
There's a way to say it to people as well, though.
But
this email is bad.
I wouldn't say it like this, but even if he said it to people who are making $500,000 or more a year, fine. That's a job where you're making a lot of money. If you're saying this to somebody who's like an hourly worker at Wayfair, they're going to think you're so out of touch. It's ridiculous. They're going to be like, wait, what?
Yeah, especially with all those kids.
You think that I should be just bleeding for this company and I work a 9 to 5, but my day doesn't end at 5, even though I only get paid until 5? I think hard work and putting in extra time, it should be rewarded. And that should be the way that you kind of approach things if you really like what you're doing and, you want to be the best that you can be. But if there's people who are making $15 an hour and you're saying, just keep checking that email, baby, keep refreshing your email and respond as soon as it goes through, they may not be receptive to that. It might not work for them. Okay, quick break. When we come back, that email did not work out well for him because a lot of the employees are pissed. When we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and Taylor to wrap everything up for a Thursday. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Check out our new threads at Real Radio 1041 on Threads. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Well, hey, everybody. Good Thursday to you. Jamie King, Fox 35 Storm Center. Central Florida weather forecast update for today. Looks like a return to some sunshine for the p.m. Low mid-60s for highs. North winds at around 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear mid-40s for the overnight tonight. North winds 5 to 10. For our Friday, 73, mostly sunny with some stormy skies returning Saturday. Rain chance on Saturday at 70%. Scattered showers and storms return with a warm high at 76. For Fox 35, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice. Continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at Unbound.org.
Hosted by true crime author and killer storyteller Mary Kay McBrayer, the new podcast, The Greatest True Crime Stories Ever Told, delivers riveting narratives about killers, scammers, journalists, and Avengers. Drawing from years of research, this podcast redefines true crime, breaking free from stereotypes.
She provided investigators in Mountain City, Tennessee, with exactly the evidence they needed to take 4 murderers to court.
Listen to The Greatest True Crime Stories Ever Told on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Dokken Run is back. Get a $3 sausage, egg, and cheese, $2 bagel minis, or a $1 donut when you buy a medium or larger coffee. Order ahead on the Dokken app. America runs on Dokken. Offer valid with the purchase of a medium or larger coffee. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms and exclusions apply.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Hi, welcome to IKEA and our winter sale. Hi. We've got hundreds of offers with up to 70% savings across the store.
Wait, did you say 70%?
Yes.
My kids love playing dress up. Can you help us get organized?
Ooh, yeah. Check out our offers on dressers and storage.
Ooh, what about bath towels?
Yep.
Comforters, pillowcases?
Yes and yes.
I think I need a bigger cart.
Visit IKEA-USA.com/winter sale for details. Offer valid dates may vary. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store and IKEA-USA.com.
Mecum Auctions. The world's largest collector car auction returns to Kissimmee, Florida, January 2nd to the 14th at Osceola Heritage Park. Featuring 4,000 muscle cars, Corvettes, customs, and more. Broadcast live on Motor Trend and Motor Trend Plus. From avid collectors to those new to the Mecum experience, we welcome everyone. Register to bid now at Mecum.com.
Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice. Continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at unbound.org.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Radio. 104.1. Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening.
Cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Thursday. Dave on YouTube says, if you work long, hard hours, don't miss work, have good work ethics, your boss can buy his second or third Lamborghini. God willing.
That's very true.
God willing,
And then when they're driving it, they think of you. It's because of that person I did not pay overtime and a half.
A lot of people split on this. Sunstate John saying that he's been working 40 years hard for himself. That's good. You know, if you work for yourself, you often work a hell of a lot harder. That's the way it goes. In terms of, and somebody was saying, it's not about working hard. It's about ass kissing. The people who kiss ass get the jobs, get the promotions, get all of that stuff. In my experience, what you have to do is no matter what company you work for, if you show them the value that you bring to the company, as in if you weren't there, they would actually lose value.
Ooh, I show that all the time.
Yeah, you're doing well. You bulletproofed yourself pretty good, you know? Sealad's got his tentacles in virtually everything, so you make yourself more bulletproof at the company. But if you show them, like, hey, here's what I'm worth, this is what I bring in, that's the way to add value to the company, and then demand that you get that back out of it. That's the thing. Sometimes you have a job where it's like, let me try to think of an example. Like a lot of office jobs. If you work double hard at your office job and you stay a little bit longer and you have like a Japanese work ethic where you don't leave until the project is done, you're not getting anything more out of that. You may be seen as a loyal employee. You may get some bonuses. You may, be able to move up through the company a little bit easier. But the biggest thing is just showing what you bring to the table and showing them that you stand out beyond what the other employees do.
Well, my philosophy, Sean, is the boss makes $1, I make a dime, and that's why I poop on company time.
Oh, what movie is that from?
No, it's from a bathroom stall, generally.
Yeah, it's like an old thing that people would pass around.
Boys' bathrooms are weird.
Invisible Man on YouTube says, somebody just said the ones ass kick, or the ones that kiss butt are the ones that make the money and move up, not the hard workers. Yes, that's what I was reading. And I think that there's some truth to that. It depends on what kind of line of work you're in. Like, this is one of the main reasons to go to college. Like, if you were talking to your kid, if you were sitting down and talking to your kid, or if I was talking to mine even, I would say, what do you want to do in your life? Or what is it you think you might want to do in your life? And from there, you go to, should this person go to college or not? If you want to be working in business and finance and all kinds of different backgrounds, it's super important sometimes to go to college, not for the education that you receive, but for the people that you network with.
Oh, yeah.
Because those people, like you go to Harvard, paying to go to Harvard, what you're paying for is the people that you're going to network with, and you're just going to get jobs from other Harvard people for the rest of your life. It's just the way it goes. It's like you pay to go to Yale.
Good training for it.
You go to Yale, you meet all the stupid Yale people, and then the Yale people's dads let them open businesses and they hire you to work. And everybody just gets overpaid, and now you got into this circle of wealth. That's kind of the thing that happens there. But if you want to do something different, like let's say you want to do a trade or you want to do various other things, I would say college is absolutely not for that person, right? So like sometimes it matters a lot. Like you can rise up the chain, not through hard work at all, because a lot of these kids who went through Yale or Harvard or any other, they're not the most hardworking people. They just know the richest, and they get the jobs from their former friends and their frat bros and all that. That happens over and over again.
It's just like a circle of jerks.
Let's go over to you, your final dispatches in just a moment. Quick plug, if you would do me a favor, go over to the website, go to thenewsjunkie.com, create your account there. Forget about the app. We're leaving that behind. But start an account and start sending in dispatches, start interacting with other people's dispatches, and let's build this out. You can see how you're doing in the stats side of things. I'm going to start giving more people the badges, et cetera, et cetera. You can learn about secret shows over there. It's just a whole bunch to get into, and it's totally free for you to just get an account and start contributing to the show. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and do that now. Sabrina, people can find you on social media. Where can they find you?
They sure can. On Instagram at Sabrina Ambra, on TikTok at SabbyCatCat. This is my year of branding and content, so be sure to follow me so you could see that stuff. Perhaps a left boob might come out. Can
You're going to get in trouble.
With who? Who would I get in trouble with?
I think Instagram allows boobs. Am I right or wrong on that?
What do I put a sticker on it?
Ooh, it depends on what
Stanley
platform.
Cup sticker.
It depends on what platform you're on, I think. I don't know the rules anymore.
You'll have to follow me on all of them to see.
I think that from what I see on Instagram, like that's the one where you can get away with the most artist-like nude stuff. Or Twitter. I think Twitter just lets it fly.
Oh, yeah. You can put a lot of stuff on Twitter.
Cool. What about you, Celine? Where can people find you?
Clean86 on Instagram, and there's no boobs, but there's some chest hair.
All right. Well, that's something. That's what we're aiming for around here. Let's go over to these final dispatches. In fact, we'll just do one to wrap things up. And here is Globe 22 with the dispatch.
That guy's organization reminds me of a tree full of monkeys. Different monkeys on different limbs as you go up. The monkey on the top looks down. He sees a bunch of smiling faces. The monkey on the bottom looks up, and he sees a bunch of a-holes.
That's how it works sometimes. You don't want to be that bottom monkey. That's no good. Over on Twitch, BDMXCon says, Twitch and Twitter allow nudity. No, Twitch made a change to their policies, and they said you could have, like, artistic nudity, and within 5 minutes, every female streamer that was on top was filming themselves, and on the camera, they would have no shirt on, but the camera would cut off right before their nipples.
That's nice.
And then they were like bouncing around like this, and I was
Someone
like, oh,
please grab that GIF.
Jesus Christ. And
Did
it
you
just
not
became,
eat bananas on there for the longest time? Did they change that?
I don't know. I haven't heard that. But
I thought that was a rule in one of the Chinese or just overall Asian services.
Oh.
They had like an anti-bananas rule.
In this one,
Too
they
sexual.
said we're going to allow artistic nudity. And then Twitch was full of artistic nudity. And they said, that was a bad idea.
I'm painting a Van Gogh on my boobs.
Now they said you can't even pretend like you don't have clothes on Twitch. You're not allowed to. They gotta, that's an issue on the platform. Some of the biggest streamers on Twitch are guys, but if you go to just chatting and look at all the top ones that they recommend to you, it's so many women that they're female streamers and they have like a unique pose that's like the most revealing one to lure people in, and then they go from there to hook people into their OnlyFans. It's a genius grift.
Draw people in.
What? If you see what they're doing, they're putting a lot out there. Less now after this rule change.
Damn it.
All right. Let's see here. We did the final dispatch. Let's do the stories that didn't make the cut. Brought to you by, of course, Nation's Trucks. Love our friends over there. They are the best of the best. And if you want a truck that is right out of your dreams, maybe it's a work truck, maybe it's a lifted truck, who the hell knows? But I know this. It's over at nationstrucks.com. Florida is now aiming, they say, to create a dangerous dogs registry to prevent attacks. They said more than 600 Floridians are hospitalized because of injuries from dog bites. About 2 people every year in Florida alone, not to mention all the other states out there, die from being bit by dogs. So that number is actually pretty low when you consider it. And they're saying that HB 873 would make a statewide dangerous dogs registry. And a Florida man is suing Dunkin' Donuts after a toilet exploded on him. He said feces was everywhere.
Wow.
Now he wants some monies. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Here we go. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Thursday, January 4th, 2024. The Today I Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. Today I Learned when Bruce Springsteen met Joey Ramone of the Ramones, he was asked to write a song for the Ramones. He wrote this song right after that.
Everybody's got a lonely heart.
Hungry Heart is correct, C-Lane. And he wrote this song for the Ramones, and then he said, I think I'm going to keep it.
Nope. Can't have it.
Kind of fell in love with it. Plus, this is going to be a good one for me. Sorry, Ramones. So he kept it. Today I Learned stock trader Jesse Livermore predicted the 1929 stock market crash. He made a profit due to his prediction, and everybody hated him. He became a target until his eventual suicide in 1940.
Awkward. Didn't predict that, did he?
No, he did not. So today I learned this family right here.
Adams family.
That's right. The Adams family was the very first TV family to own a home computer. It was, have you heard of this brand, C-Lane? A Univac? I am not
sounds like a
that.
vacuum.
It does sound like a vacuum.
Yeah. This, you know what? Yesterday, Courtney, I blew her mind. She was like, what is this photo of? And I go, oh, you don't know what that is? And I said, it's a central vacuum. And she goes, what's a central vacuum?
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
That was like in a hole in the wall, right?
Yeah,
of the house?
yeah. And you just plug the vacuum cord into it. It works in your room.
Stuff.
Yeah. This was not rich people stuff in our house. We just had the cheapest model you could get that barely worked. They don't do it anymore.
Yeah,
they don't make those.
I don't see the. It seemed like something that was really cool and next level, but I think most people that have them got rid of them. Nobody really used them.
Yeah, they never work nearly as well. And finally, today, learn this band right here.
Gin Blossoms.
That's right. The Gin Blossoms, straight out of the 90s, maybe late 80s. Original member Doug Hopkins was fired because he was a raging alcoholic. He wrote all the songs on the Hey Jealousy album, including this one. Humiliated after it became a success, he killed himself. The band's second album...
How do you get 2 suicides in Today I Learned?
...was dedicated to him.
Solid.
Their second album was called Congratulations, I'm Sorry. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Go get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you later.